I say everything's on the table. Let us
Did
know
you get a
when,
new,
and just don't stop the fucking intro like you always do.
Did you get a new shot collar?
No. No. But next time it's going on you.
I'll provide the shot color.
Yeah, but nothing interesting happened last time you put it on me.
We're going to put it on your cock.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'll be your fluffer. You can stay hard with the phone.
Yeah, you will be. It'll be a beautiful thing. Okay. Dude, does everything look fine on the cameras and all that? All right, welcome to our little podcast. My daughter is joining us today. Paige, Taylor, Andrew, myself. Yeah, I came up with nothing to talk about. Regardless, I mean, you guys already started talking. I have to move this so I can actually see you guys. Try to keep it in front of my face. Already, we're talking about stuff before the podcast that we don't want to talk about. Why is that?
There are certain aspects of that whole. I appreciate that.
Yeah, let me fix you.
Like, I don't care if people have guns. I'm totally cool with it. Of course, I think laws should be a little bit more strict when it
Don't
comes
say that
to.
around Dwayne. He thinks we should be able to wave a magic wand and get rid of them all.
I like guns. I'm a gun-owning liberal, and I figure everyone should have a gun. Dwayne, you should have 2 guns, always strapped to each hip.
So why do you say that? I mean, what brings that into the forefront? Why? What don't you want to talk about, Andrew?
I don't want to talk about a lot of things. A lot of things I'm just not informed enough to talk about.
I'm sick of being PC. I don't give a fuck what people think. I will say what's on my mind now. Our side, the liberal side, is always PC. So my feeling is when you go to a riot, not a riot, when you go to protest, every liberal should have an AR-15 with them. And if any bit of aggression is shown towards you, you drop that motherfucker.
I mean, I'd say the Kyle Rittenhouse trial is a bad example of getting off on those kinds of charges. The prosecution completely bungled the fucking case. I mean, when they put a guy up on one of their witnesses up there, when they put him up there and he said, "Oh yeah, I didn't get shot until I pointed my gun at him first." It's like, what the fuck are we watching?
Did you watch the trial?
I watched bits and pieces of it. I knew it was going to go this way, though. Once that judge threw out the minor in possession of a deadly weapon charge, I knew nothing else was going to stick.
Yeah, because he's a... Is this in Wisconsin?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Anybody?
All I know is someone needs to give that fucking kid an Oscar
This is where you're going to school.
for that fucking display
Those
he put
alligator
on.
tears.
Oh my god. Like, I couldn't have cried any more fake myself.
He wasn't faking. This is somebody...
So he's just a normal, blubbering mess like that?
How did you cry when you were a child?
He's not a child. He's a fucking adult.
He's still a child.
He's 18.
Do you think you made good decisions when you were that age?
I never shot anybody.
That's probably because you didn't have a fucking gun. Move that closer to your face.
I did have a gun.
At 17?
Not at 17,
Then
no.
shut the fuck up,
At
liar.
18, though.
Who's giving him a gun at 17? Who's giving him an AR-15?
So the way it went down is he couldn't purchase it himself, so I believe the guy at the car lot bought it for him but was holding it until he turned 18. But when the riots happened, I'm just going to call them fucking riots because that's what they were. Turn off our overhead light, would you?
But he went down there to protect a fucking car lot.
That was empty.
So he knew that it was a riot.
Okay, wrong one. Wrong one. Turn off the overhead light. That's it. And okay, so there we go.
Too much Cool Whip and drugs.
Cool whip. That's how he tests them. Cool whip.
I mean, he went down. His mom fucking drove him down to a riot. Let's talk about his mom for a second, because what kind of irresponsible fucking adult drives her son down to a riot knowing that at some point he's going to be armed?
And that's the sad part about this, is the parents instilled in him the wrong thing. Even though, like with my daughter, even I think I taught them, even though men are scuzzy fuckers, they don't have the right to objectify you, they don't have the right to rape you, they don't have the right to do any of this stuff. but don't put yourself in a bad situation, right? Don't put yourself in a riot with a fucking AR-15. Just don't do it. But his mom drives him fucking down there to put him in a bad situation. So she's instilling shitty values in this fucking kid already.
Did you lie to her? How did he get her to drive him down there in the first place?
So it was, I don't know if it was a friend or what, but he needed his car lock protected that had no cars on it. So basically they were protecting a building. And generally buildings or car lots have insurance for them. So anybody who goes down to protect a building or any of that shit and stop the people from rioting and looting and all that bullshit, you can fuck right off. I'm sick of big businesses having carte blanche and getting to do whatever they want, even if it's a small business. They have to have insurance to fucking operate. So if somebody fucking breaks a window, it's repaired. I'm kind of sick of that fucking argument. I'm going to go down and protect a bit. From what? You vigilante fuck. Really? I'm sick of that stupid fucking argument. He was down there protecting shit. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was just being a douchebag. So now, these mediocre white pasty mayonnaise motherfuckers they have they after seeing this, because we had them in Spokane downtown, middle-aged men when the riots were going on with AR-15s scaring everybody down there when you're supposed to be doing a peaceful protest that turned into fucking riots, which I totally disagree with. But now everybody sees this cocksucker get away with it, right? So this sets a precedent. So now at every protest we're going to have these mediocre, I didn't do very well at anything in fucking life guys down there trying to prove there's something more than what they are with their fucking AR-15s. At least intimidating everybody else. That's why I say, if you're a liberal or protester, you fucking strap up your AR-15, your 1911s, and you head down to your protest. And if some motherfucker shows any bit of aggression to you, you cap his ass. We've already set our precedent where I'm so afraid of getting fisticuffs because the first guy was chasing him that he shot. We saw that, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have any weapon or anything. He just had his dukes. So if you're so afraid of getting in a fist fight when you go down to stop this, you've set a precedent. We can shoot fucking motherfuckers now that show aggression to us, especially when they point a fucking gun towards us or they have one on us. So it's very infuriating to me.
I don't know. An assault rifle doesn't really seem like a weapon of self-defense to me.
Well, it's certainly not.
A shotgun, a pistol, sure. But an assault weapon? Come on.
I don't know, 30 round mag. You're going to have a lot of misses before you have the chance to hit someone anyways.
It's domestic
Well, not if
terrorism.
you're shooting into a fucking crowd.
You're hopefully going to hit something, the aggressor. At any point. I mean, with the shotgun, yeah, really any weapon, including an AR-15, I'd say could be a weapon for defense.
I'm with you.
I don't think some more than others.
No, a bullet's a bullet, a gun's a
Or
gun.
22 isn't gonna, couldn't do as much
Well,
as a
can civilians, non-police, buy rubber bullets?
I don't know. I'm sure they can.
I was going to say, your gun doesn't have to have lethal ammunition in it.
But if you're protecting yourself, you have the right to do that.
Carry bear
agree with
Yeah, but a fucking rubber bullet's still going to hurt like hell. It's not like it's not going to deter somebody in the slightest.
But he didn't go. He went down there with basically armor-piercing fucking bullets.
No,
to
I
shoot
understand.
through multiple people.
I understand, but
He's a 17-year-old kid who shouldn't be down there in the first place. Nobody's taught him any fucking values or morals or anything like that. He thinks he's doing the right thing. He's not thinking he's doing the wrong thing. And then he gets in a situation where the only way he can defend himself, because he's a fucking full-on pussy, is to shoot somebody. And he ends up killing 2 fucking people in the process. I feel sad for him that he wasn't raised correctly. And then he was put in a situation where he feels so fucking scared that he's got to shoot somebody. I can justify the second person getting killed. Everybody was chasing him because he had just killed somebody. Everybody's chasing him. He's fearing for his life. You got a big mob around him. Somebody comes up and fucking whacks him in the head. Another guy tries taking away his gun that he blows his fucking his bicep away. I can see self-defense in that. But the first one, no. You puss. Put your gun down and fucking fight it out. Tough guy, you're down there to stop the fucking riots. The guy doesn't have anything, no gun, nothing. But you shoot him right in the fucking stomach, chest, wherever the fuck you shot him. It's just, he's raised wrong. I feel sorry for the kid that he has to go through this. And you look at him, and he's cute, right?
No.
No.
Yeah,
think
he's
he's
ugly. No, ugly.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
very
That
ugly.
kid is going to look young until the day he dies in the worst possible
No,
way.
no. Because I looked young like that until I hit my, 39. Super young. I had the
Scary.
baby face. And then it just went, my face started melting. Oh, man! That's what happened. So, I think it's interesting that the first thing when you walk through the door, Andrew brings up, I don't want to talk about this. So what do? We force him to talk about it. But why are we so PC that we can't talk about something? Why is our side so PC that we have to hold back? Why is our side not fighting the same way that they fight? On everything. That's why we continue to keep losing these fucking battles to the corporate Republicans.
I guess it's just values and morals. Our values don't necessarily allow us to get down into the fucking mud, stabbing each other to death like
Okay.
theirs do. I mean, that's what it comes down to is most people on the left and in the Democratic side think they're above those sorts of things. And
Are willing to continue to keep losing over and over again.
the Democrats have shown that they are totally willing to keep losing over and over again.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, on the right, they all, circle the wagons around issues. The Democrats just sit around and discuss their differences to those same issues. So one side is basically saying, everybody's on board, let's fucking go. Well, the Democrats are over here saying, whoa, hold on a second. We want to talk about this a little bit more because we can't agree on it.
Okay, so we think for ourselves. When I talk to somebody who's very conservative, they immediately espouse talking points. So we kind of think for ourselves. So that's different. I want to bring this up real quick. I'm sitting there watching CNN at work.
Why? CNN is the fucking worst.
It's on my phone. I have Fox News or CNN on Xfinity app. So I'm watching that
Nice.
when it comes in. And so as soon as the 5 counts get dismissed, and I'm in the break room, I'm in the 8-inch shear break room. As soon as that happens, I turn it off. Pretty disappointed with the whole situation because there has to be, you kill 2 people, there has to be some punishment for that. The door opens, somebody sticks their head in and goes, hey, what do you think about this? Because I'm the liberal bastard out of work. And I said, I'm fucking arming up and I'm going to... Yeah, I just went off on him, just like I did here. I'm getting a fucking 1911 and an AR-15 at every fucking riot that comes up. Protest that turns into a riot, because they are fucking riots now. I'm going down there and I'm just shooting somebody who shows any aggression towards me. Exactly what I said to you guys. And he shook his head and walked out. Because he's completely happy that his gun-toting idiot fucking got off.
You hero.
His hero. And this is an older gentleman that's close to 60 years old and firmly entrenched in Fox News. Firmly.
Yeah, cesspool. We have to show a little picture at the beginning saying this is for entertainment purposes and you shouldn't use anything what we say and listen to.
Yeah. Do they have
our
a disclaimer
political
now?
side. I know at least a few of the different shows that he's got on Fox News have disclaimers.
Like Lou Dobbs, right?
Yes.
Okay, because that guy's a bag of shit. He's only about himself. That's fucking so old. He used to be on CNN back in the day, and he was kind of opinionated for the left side. And it's ridiculous how he's done the 180 because
Money.
of
Trump used to be a Democrat as well, not like even 10 years ago.
I know, but Trump
He was a Democrat.
Trump probably was a Republican before that and a Democrat before that. He's slimy and he's going to conform to whoever's in power at
Yeah,
that
he's
time.
in it for his interests, obviously.
But that's not true. He's done great things. We now have a black guy out of work who wears shit kickers and is a Trump lover.
Have you seen his sweatshirts?
Kaiser seems to attract those kinds of people, like people who are just so brainwashed and have drunk so much of the Kool-Aid that they can't see that this president actually despises his own supporters. Like, he doesn't give a single
poor ones.
fuck about any of them.
He cares about the rich ones. The ones that can kick more money towards its cause.
Well, everybody's kicking money towards this cause now. I don't want to bring up Trump, but yeah, it's just because I just want him to go away. And the more, if I talk about him, then he's still out in the ether. Fuck him. I hope he dies in a fucking fiery car accident. Burns to death.
Well, we had to talk about something Andrew didn't want to talk about, so it's only fair that we talk about Trump now.
Because of me.
Yeah.
But do you want him to continue to be brought up over and over again?
No, I don't care about him. He's old man garbage.
Exactly. Can you hear everybody good, Zach, on the...
He gave a thumbs up.
Dude, I can't even fucking see you.
I'll communicate. He just did hang loose.
We need to stop electing officials that are over 75. We need to, we got to cap it at like 60.
Too old. Like, I think I'm too old. No, honestly, my daughter can speak to this.
Or maybe we should just lower the fucking eligible age. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
if you can have a 25-year-old instead of what, 35, 45? I think it's 45 to be president.
45.
And I mean, that's ridiculous.
We looked it up last time. It's 30. 35.
Why would that
Oh,
even
is
be
it?
put into place? Like back in the day when all these guidelines, which that's basically what our Constitution and Bill of Rights is now. They're just guidelines because apparently nobody gives a fuck about actually reading them.
Right.
But, I mean, think about it. Back when all this shit was put in place, what was like the age, like the median age a person in the United States would live to?
Well,
like 60,
I know, but
maybe,
that's
if
not-
they were lucky.
But that's not the point. The point back then, when everything was put in place, the masters of men wanted to contain their power, and so it was a bunch of rich old men that set up all these fucking rules. And obviously, the rules are going to be set up towards them. I can say, and my daughter can speak to this. Not that I was ever intelligent, but my faculties have gone downhill at my age. So I say the cutoff should be like 55, no more than 55. And of course, I'm not at 55.
So
but-
once you can buy off the seniors menu at IHOP, is what you're saying.
Yeah, something like that.
That's our line we're drawing in the sand.
I don't have a problem with because there is wisdom. So I don't have a problem with the startup age being 35. We do have people in Congress that are less
No,
than that.
fuck that. 25.
No, because they're dipshits.
Okay, you want to know what?
Yeah.
Anybody who's going to get elected at 25, chances are is going to be the most evil fucking person in existence, or they're going to be the most put together person in existence. And hopefully, hopefully, people can tell the difference.
It's not necessarily the case. The people that are most driven, alpha males or females, generally are. They put in the most. A good example of this is Russell Wilson from morning to end. He is putting in the most effort of anybody. He's not necessarily the best person. He's not the smartest person or he doesn't have the most talent. He just puts in the most effort. So he ascends. We don't need those kind of people in there at 25, 35, 45. We need people of substance. We need people of intelligence. We need to pay. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Do you realize how much they get paid? Jesse. And I said, yeah, it's like $265,000. It might be more or less, more in Congress. He goes, that's too much. I said, no, it's not enough. We need to be able to attract better people into that motherfucker. So we get rid of lobbying. We get rid of
Corporate backers.
any special interest. Yeah, campaign finance. And that's what you make. But I'm going to pay you $500,000 so I can attract a doctor. Somebody with some intelligence that cares about other people. Not somebody who's just looking to make money.
I think 25 is fine.
I don't.
Because at 25, you can be graduated from college with a fucking master's degree, be at least a decent portion of the way into your doctorate if that's what you were going for.
No life
but
experience.
You don't think being at college is life experience?
No.
Because I do.
I think my daughter's living her best life. I think it's a continuation of high school while you're getting educated.
Except with real consequences.
How so?
Because if you fuck up in college, it's not the same as
Okay.
fucking up in high school.
So you're talking about somebody who's going after, that's driven, who's going after their, like Paige is going after her doctorate. She hasn't fucked up at anything in life.
So why isn't she should be our next president then? Just saying.
Yeah, well, how old are you? We'll cap it at that age.
27. So 28. We'll cap at 28. Be a doctor then.
See, there you go.
She got a 35 as
Either
president.
either way, 45 is absolutely a ridiculous minimum age.
No, it's
for.
it's 35 for president.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yeah, we looked it up when Austin was here.
Okay.
35, I believe. Because I was going, is 45? He's fucking. And he was going,
How many
no.
35-year-old presidential candidates have we had in the last
0.
100 years?
I'm sure it's been 0.
How old
unless-
was who was the youngest? Kennedy. How old was Obama?
40 something.
Yeah, Obama was
His 40s.
already well into his 40s, I
Could have been
believe.
Kennedy, and Kennedy was. I'm just going to look it up real quick. Kennedy was. Everybody looks towards him as being this great guy. He was in office for a very short period of time.
He was scummy to his wife, at least.
Yeah, well,
morally,
I
he
mean-
was pretty corrupt.
Theodore Roosevelt was the youngest at
How old?
43.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with 43, but once you start getting in, I was watching these videos of George Bush when he was running for governor of Texas. Holy fuck, sharp, quick-witted. The guy, his shit was together, just amazing. And then you watch him as president, and he's like, duh, fucking duh. It's like he had just dropped off a fucking hill, and everybody does. It's interesting. I'm watching my favorite football team, Seahawks. You have the best linebacker of all time, in my opinion, Bobby Wagner, but he turns 30 years old, and he fucking can't do anything now. It seems like he's pretty slow and everything. So physically, you drop off a cliff. Mentally, you drop off a cliff at a certain time. So 35, I'm cool with that. Let's get some young people in there, even Congress. But let's have a cap at a certain age.
Well, I think there needs to be term limits
Term limits, everybody
for
agrees with
everything.
that.
Everything.
Everybody agrees with that.
But you need to go down to even the city level, because most cities, when someone gets to be mayor, they can just be mayor their entire fucking lives, and that it might not have the same reach as someone in the House or the Senate being able to be there forever. But it still comes with the same problems. Is people get ingrained into the government, and it's like you can never get them out, and they can basically do whatever they want because they've been in the position for so long. Some places, no one's even running against opposition in small towns.
Right. And generally, everybody cares about what the president does, but your local officials have more to do with your
Day-to-day,
than
yeah.
anybody back east. So we fight over that bullshit, but we don't really even know who is running the city. Like your city council, who the fuck is our city council right now?
That's
I
a great
mean-
question.
Yeah. Who fucking knows? People that are
The
trying to-
Spokane government is in chaos, and it has been for the last 2 years,
Amy
right?
Woodard, right? And she mayor.
She's mayor. She is mayor.
Figure that's
That's all. we know.
that's all I know.
Paige, Downey and Pullman, who is your mayor?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't care.
But they have more to do with your day-to-day than anybody else.
You're right. Pullman's not allowed to have strip clubs.
What?
Yeah, no strip clubs. And I feel like they'd do well in Pullman.
Why not?
Exactly.
But you don't need strip clubs now. OnlyFans, the women can make more money off that than...
Well, and in Washington State, you can't even get lap dances anymore.
What?
Yeah, you
Moving.
didn't know that?
I've never been to a strip club.
The strippers have to remain 3 feet away from customers at all times.
Really?
Yeah, you can't. That's why nobody goes to the fucking.
Is that social distancing, or is that just
No,
because...
that's a law.
So crabs can jump 3 feet?
I don't know. Can they?
Andrew, can you look that one up for me? He
Oh,
would
I
know.
the answer.
He would
Yeah.
know.
All
Yeah,
I know,
absolutely, they can. They can jump up to 5.5 feet.
all I know is the strip club on Sprague
what he has his doctorate
always looks empty. But I bet if you drive by the same one just across the border in state line, I bet you that one's hopping because Idaho doesn't have the same laws.
Which is funny because they're more of a Mormon state, aren't they?
Conservative.
No, Idaho's just an
you can't
idiot
have
state.
cards in Idaho.
Can't
Everything's you can't have like casinos can't have card tables. They have everything electronic. Also, liquor stores are a little more strict when it comes to when they're closed.
So that's where he grew up. So he knows maybe a little bit more than we do.
Yeah, but I don't think that has anything to do with being a Mormon state. I
No,
think
it's not
that
a
just
Mormon
has
state.
to do with conservative policies that put an emphasis on things being shut down on Sundays.
So is
mean-
Boise Mormon?
I have no idea.
Okay, so I don't
There's
even know why you brought that fucking shit up.
because go to Utah and how strict are they over there in like Salt Lake City?
Okay, so there, our old singer was from Utah, and you can say you're strict and all of that, but
Why need strip clubs when you have 6 wives?
this is true. I don't know why that's a big deal. You know-
I can answer that.
Why?
Because do you think any of the Mormon women are going to actually do anything that the girls at the strip club will do?
No.
Because I'm thinking not. I'm thinking they're not that adventurous.
What are you talking about? They're having 6-on-1.
No, they're not.
No.
Have you watched Sister Wives?
I have.
No, they all treat it like it's their husband, but that day of the week, and then the rest of the week he's off at war.
That just doesn't seem like fun.
What I want to do is,
I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot of work.
Yeah, it's-
Maybe not from the perspective of the wife, but I would never want to have 6 fucking wives. That just sounds like a lot of fucking work. A lot more effort than I would want to put into
Taylor,
a
See,
relationship.
one woman is
You
too much
say
for you.
that, but 6 husbands sounds worse because they're all man children. Men
yeah.
are man children.
Well,
They
that's-
need
yeah,
to
that's
be
fair.
micromanaged.
That's what I want to see. I want to see some hot chick with like 6 husbands. That would make a good TV
You can
show.
see it on the internet. There are plenty of polygamous relationships where it's one woman with like 2 or 3 different either boyfriends or husbands. Or,
They're
you-
never
or you-
attractive though.
Could go with what the
Never attractive.
you could go with what the Expanse showed us too, which
is
is
that?
just a communal
Everybody
group
fucks
family
everybody.
where you've got multiple men, multiple women. You're all doing your thing together
Gigolos.
and all working towards one goal.
a mortgage.
What?
Their goal is a mortgage.
Oh, to pay off a mortgage.
No, just to get one because it's a millennial. You know, we're all poor. We don't get mortgages. We rent.
I don't.
$1,600.
That's the meme. It's,
Technically, I'm a millennial.
it's the meme. Do you not go on the internet?
I do. Oh, yeah.
Well, you should know that that's the joke.
No, I
that we don't get
understand,
mortgages.
but it's just not true though.
It's a meme.
Well, you would be on the front end of it,
What?
being a millennial.
Yeah, I'd be part of the older portion, but
Yeah,
I'd
so you
still be a millennial.
You had the ability to go out and get a mortgage, like Andrew and Paige. When she graduates, it'll be a different situation. Andrew's fucked.
Yeah,
He
for
makes
sure.
he makes decent money, but
When every house, every double wide trailer is $300,000 now. When am I gonna get a starter home for a $2,000 mortgage?
Doesn't Spokane have one of those like mini home?
I don't want
Micro home.
I'm not gonna go live in
I'm
a
just
shed.
saying.
I'm not living in a.
You spend $100,000 to get a miniature home made that's completely self-sufficient, everything, and then you join a community of like-minded individuals who also have tiny ass fucking homes,
and then you all
and
just
then
have
you
group
just live
sex.
happily ever after.
You're talking about hippies. You're talking about like a commune.
Well,
I can go live in like the
I'm just
mother-in-law
saying.
suite.
I'm just
for-
saying, a mortgage isn't outside the realm of possibility. You could do $100,000, right? I mean,
Absolutely, I
I'd
could.
assume you could.
It's. I mean, come on. What's the mortgage on $100,000?
Over the course of 30 years, like you'd be paying.
$500.
Yeah, you'd be maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, depends on the interest.
You could smell the commune off me when I walk into work, and that would attract all the Republicans to.
Yeah,
beat me
you'd
up
have to deal with
afterwards.
that because they're all poor, for the most part. Right?
It's like gambling debt. Like, aren't all of them just paying off a big truck and the casino, the loan sharks?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You get off probation there, and you just buy a truck. It's like I'd say
Buy a
70% of people there just already drive trucks.
Yeah. I think it's the lift kit that fucking gets them too. And the big wheels.
The truck nuts.
I can't remember what Chase paid for his wheels. It was like $2,000 for his wheels and tires for like a 10-year-old truck. That
Why?
was like $50,000. But I can't talk because we're reserving a car right now. So
A car, a suitable mid-size sedan.
no, it's mid-size. It's
I thought you were
subcompact.
waiting
An
until you could
SUV.
get an electric vehicle.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
So my wife, she wanted to. We have a 2017, so there's really no reason to upgrade it, and it only has 60,000 miles on it. but she wants a new car. So she started looking at several cars. One of them was the RAV4 hybrid. So we went down to test drive it, and you could not test drive it because they don't have anything on the lots. So that was downtown. So we said, "Fuck it, we'll go to the big car lot out in the valley." Came out to the valley, to the rude, very rude salesman, who I've done. You do your research on the internet, right? So you
Yeah.
kind of have an idea what's going on. I said, "You never do."
Not when I went out to buy a car.
Well, for anything, like something. You
I mean,
want.
yeah, sure, certain things that I'm gonna buy, but I don't know shit about cars. So going on the internet and saying, "Oh, this one's got a big engine, that one's got nice tires," and
So I did
me anything.
I did my research, and the Venza is the same thing as the RAV4. They just make a different body and they throw some different seats in there, but it's basically the same platform. I said to this guy, I said, "Do you have a Venza in house so she can test drive it, so she can see what a RAV4 is like? Because you can only order a RAV4." And he goes, "They're totally different cars, dude." And he was like bitchy about it. He goes, "I hate when customers come in and they act like they're the same car. They're totally different." No, they're not totally different. I looked at everybody. He goes, "A dealer would know." Well, I looked at the dealers on fucking YouTube. I think they know too, you cocksucker. But anyway, so he's total cunt. He's total cunt. Shay. His name was Shay. His name was Shay.
What a douche. Shay.
Wasn't it Shay?
Shane.
No, it was Shay. If it was Shay, he's
I don't
black.
know.
He's black.
You may just want to go with Shane. I think that's more of a douche name than Shay.
No, he was Shay. It's Shay. I'm getting short sleeves on and big arms. So he's a complete asshole. And yeah, if you were a dealer, you would know the difference. Okay, fuck off. I watch dealers on YouTube. So they didn't have the Venza. They didn't have the Toyota RAV4 hybrid or Toyota RAV4. But we had driven the Volkswagen ID4 previously. And once you hop into this electric vehicle, it was like, there's no way that any other car is going to even match it.
Oh, so they're completely different.
Yeah, totally different. They're SUVs.
I think Shay might have been onto something here.
Well, no, he was the RAV4 dealer.
Oh.
And he knew all about the RAV4 and the Venza. So, we had driven the ID4, the Volkswagen ID4 before. And it's weird. All the weight is low, and it's really soft suspension. So you don't feel a bump. You don't feel a bump. We're going over Sprague. And there's no bumps. It was just like gliding on air. And then it does stuff like when you do a turn signal, there's a light bar that goes inside the car. When the navigation's on and it's telling you where to go, that light bar tells you which direction to turn and stuff. And my wife was totally fascinated with that. And it's just so comfortable and so nice and everything. And so I knew that the RAV4 wouldn't have a choice. When we got back out in our 2017 Hyundai Tucson, which is a fairly nice car, she goes, "This feels like it's a fucking truck." That's what your mom said. And I said, "Oh, okay." So I knew that driving a RAV4, she wasn't going to like that, but we needed to do that to satisfy her. So anyways, the RAV4s were 90 days out, and we couldn't drive one, couldn't test drive it, so it was, that was no-go.
That's the car that Robin wanted.
Yeah,
was a RAV4.
This one doesn't come until March.
Wow.
It is November.
Yeah.
So we're reserved right now. Yeah, we gotta wait that fucking long for a fucking car.
Well, now we
That's
have
very
to
expensive.
look at fucking goddamn minivans with a third row of seats.
I like minivans.
I fucking hate minivans.
You'll love them when you get one.
Not when every seat's filled with a child. I won't.
It's better than, well, why don't you try fucking hustling around in your Corolla with fucking 3 car seats
Or we
one
can
car
just
seats.
drive 2 fucking cars.
And then you're fucking my environment then. Fucking my ozone.
You know what? Us driving 2 cars, not going to make a difference. Nothing is going to make a difference. We've already
my
passed the point of no return on that shit.
I don't think so.
That was in like 5 years. I thought we were approaching, but
They keep pushing it off. It's all it's
think
propaganda on the left.
We've already passed it.
No, it's propaganda on the
it's,
left.
you saw
The
that.
planet's going to start heating up, and there's not a goddamn thing we can do about it
That's
until we
something
figure
serious.
out how to remove carbon from the atmosphere. We're on course to fucked, and there's nothing that can stop it yet.
I'm okay with a little global warming because I don't like snow all that much anymore. So if we have Hawaii temperatures in Spokane, I'm kind of cool with that.
No, 120
So,
degree weather
you're-
in Spokane this last summer.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know, because having hurricanes on a routine basis off the West Coast, I don't know if I'd consider that to be an improvement.
How does that affect us since we're inland?
What's gonna affect you?
Everything will affect us. That's the point. It's a global climate.
What we're
What's gonna affect you is the decrease in water, right? So all of the water reservoirs are already like dropping down.
This is true.
There's that one city in South of Africa that like basically they were like, we got 50 days until we don't have any water.
Or you could just look at this past year in Spokane, where we literally had the driest fucking summer in record,
And we were rationing.
along with the hottest and highest overall average temperature for every single month since May.
So okay, so this affects you more than it affects me. So in the city of Spokane, which you didn't know because you don't live here anymore, they were trying to ration water this year because our aquifer is dropping. But where I live out in the valley, we are in an irrigation district, so we get to use all the amount of water we want for one price. So you all can fuck right off. In my world,
Privileged white man over here.
if it's 70 degrees in the morning and 90 during the day year round, I'm kind of cool with that. So global warming.
You're just sitting there on the main road, just
I'm
with
just gonna
your
be
hose.
outside, outside with a hose spraying above me, naked in my backyard.
but see, once the temperature reaches that high, not 90, but higher than that consistently, then you're going to have the same problem that California has with rolling blackouts. The grid can't handle the heat. So you're only going to be able to spray that fucking hose for a little while before the goddamn power kicks off, and suddenly the water doesn't work anymore.
The water will work because it's under pressure. That has nothing to do with power. But here's the deal. When you plug in your electric car, you can also backfeed that into your house. So if there's ever a blackout, I can use my electric car to power my fucking house.
For how long?
But
how
I'm
long
not-
you powering your house from your...
I need to get it. If they push it out to like July, then that's a fucking problem because there could be a couple months where I don't have a car to power my house. It's all working out for me. I really got a plan in place. Then I'm going to have a little fucking commune here. Everybody's going to be naked when they come over, except me.
You're not taking into consideration how agriculture is gonna be affected. We can't irrigate all of the farmland, all of your short root crops like corn and wheat, and they're gonna be gone.
And nobody in this country has invested in vertical indoor gardens yet.
New Jersey has.
And say goodbye to
Not
avocado.
to like the extent that countries like Japan, who really have to deal with a limited amount of space, who actually build vertically instead of just spreading the fuck all over the place.
So of the 4 people in here, who has a freezer?
Like a standalone freezer,
Yeah.
or like a freezer attached to my fridge.
No, a standalone freezer.
Why are you asking that question? You know the answer.
Yeah, nobody.
We're millennials. We can't even afford houses.
So I have food in there. So I'm okay. I mean, I've got my fucking bases covered. I'm gonna start prepping it.
Where am I gonna talk about?
You got shit covered too. You may have a freezer, but I've got one of those fucking pails from Costco that has. You haven't seen those?
No, I have not.
It's got essentials for like 60
No,
days or something.
It's emergency food supply. It's like all dehydrated and
Like a
stored
5-gallon
food.
pail.
Yeah,
I've seen those.
and it has enough.
Prepper.
It has
Beans.
enough food in it to feed one person on a 2,000 calorie a day diet for an entire month,
So you guys are good for a
or
month.
on the scale of our household.
Well, there's 5. There's
10 days.
There's gonna be 5 of you. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that because it seems more and more like we're gonna end up with multiples this time around.
Did you guys look already?
Yeah, I peeked in there.
No, you
got,
She hasn't got an ultrasound yet.
no,
Well, then how do you know you're gonna have multiples?
because all the evidence points to that direction.
Like when you looked in there, you saw 4 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Taylor bangs his wife twice a month, but he got her pregnant.
with an IUD in.
Super sperm.
Yeah, see, it's that 0.01% they talk about.
See, we can talk.
Birth control is
So we
not
talked about
100%.
we talked about this on a previous podcast, but we didn't have a scientist here with us. What's the difference between a redhead and a normal person, Paige?
Lack of pigment.
I know, but they're genes. You've explained this.
He's
to me
talking
before.
about like perception of pain and
No, I'm talking there. You have a different
ability to resist like sedatives and
there's,
stuff like
she explained
that.
this to me before. There's something different with your genes than ours.
You're
They're
mutated.
recessive.
Yeah,
You should
they're
join the X-Men.
recessive. I mean, that's a very simplified explanation of genetics, and we don't even know what every gene in the human genome does, let alone even model organisms. That's my entire goal for my postdoc, actually, is to figure out what a gene family in Arabidopsis does. Because they've not investigated it. They know that it's a family of predicted signaling peptides based off of one gene in poppy. One gene in poppy.
Right.
Yeah, this family is at least 90 members. That's huge. That's huge. Some
I
families
just
only.
asked you about redheads.
And I told you that that's an oversimplification of genetics. I know a lot about
Just
cystic
because
fibrosis, though.
someone has red hair doesn't mean they don't. It doesn't mean they have all the specific genetics from someone else who has red hair. Everybody's fucking different.
Well, what you
You're
have
never gonna have two people that are the same.
Well, you have
Yeah,
to take into
mutations.
consideration with like things like red hair or stuff like that is that it's a giant pathway. Everything genetics wise is a giant pathway. So if you mess up one thing at the beginning, then you're gonna mess up a bunch of things at the end, right? But if you just mess up one thing towards the end, then you could end up with red hair and none of the other traits.
Yeah, but he doesn't feel pain.
That's not true.
We shocked the fucking shit out of you and you didn't feel it.
Yeah, well, that's an electric current.
If you watch the podcast, we put it on his arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we shock him at what we're shocking Andrew at, where he go,
It was like a 7.
And
I'm
then-
just a wimp.
and then you just see Taylor go, "Is that the best you have?" And if you look back at the video, you see his hand going,
And then you
but he's like,
cranked it
I
up
don't
to
feel
15.
this.
Maybe his wife doesn't want to bang him because he's into cock and ball torture.
Ooh.
Who is it though? Come on, it's 2021. If you're not stepping on my balls, then are we really having sex?
That's true.
Yeah, you didn't even consider that, did you?
I did not.
Zach, will you play the Wikipedia page for cock and ball
No,
torture?
let's not
We don't
do
like
that.
that YouTube video.
I've had to
Ball
listen to
torture,
that fucking
CBT.
thing from Discord so many fucking times. I could probably recite it from memory.
Pressure cook my greasy balls.
Dwayne's over here not knowing
Dude,
what the
you
fuck
guys,
we're talking
you guys
about.
have clean, smooth balls, both of you. So I don't even know what you're talking about. Greasy balls. This is like fucking gross. If anybody's got greasy balls, it'd be me.
You gotta grease
Even
and
though I
roast a shape.
shampoo them.
Good to know.
Just get in there, fucking shampoo the motherfuckers.
Anyways,
They're
we were ta-
old,
we
so
were
they've
talking
grown.
about cars, weren't we?
No, I was trying to figure out the difference between redheads. So she just told me that there could be whatever.
Just say everything.
Recessive traits.
That's a
Everything
recessive
is
trait. So
different
that's why you have
with
red hair.
everybody.
There's an enzyme that doesn't work, so he doesn't make pigment in his head.
And that's the same with blue eyes, right?
Yeah.
Right. Because I have blue eyes for the most part, and it turns out. And what's this? This is recessive too.
The earlobe thing, they actually have recently shown that it's more complex.
Really? Mm-hmm. So I'm very complex.
Yeah.
Alien.
You go back
sperm.
to that pathway.
Alien sperm. Everybody in the family has good ears, except for me and my
Attached.
25-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're attached. They're
You
kind
have
of
web toes too, weirdo.
I don't, dude. What do you got? You got attached or you got the hook?
I got the hook. I got hooked.
Dude, yours are kind of attached.
Well, come on.
What
are they
the
more
fuck?
attached or are they? Are they?
I don't know. Now that I look at them sideways, they're kind of you're
I
a
don't
half
know. I
breed.
mean,
I'm kind of
Like-
not pointing towards you. So
This
You're
is
half
probably
It-
why
it
they were
seems
like
the
it's
same
more
as
complex.
yeah.
I mean, your ears are like freaky, like bordering on like
Yeah.
some sort of weird
Like
Alien.
elven cosplay.
Yeah.
But I think our ears are basically the same. Just,
Normal.
normal.
Yeah, normal. Yeah, the whole car thing though is really irritating.
I'm going to get my ears pierced.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Because you're an old man now.
Yes. So?
So you see the hole in my ear?
Yeah.
It's grown over.
Oh, I'm not getting them pierced down here. Fuck that.
Where are you getting pierced?
Up here. On the tops.
The bars.
Huh?
Bars?
I think it's called a helix piercing. I don't know. Do you have your ears pierced up there?
I just have cartilage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm getting it. Just up there.
Yeah.
Rowan's getting her ears pierced again, too.
All right.
Yeah.
So is that the first, second, third piercings?
For who?
Your daughter.
Uh,
I know you got a Prince Albert in can.
Third and fourth for her.
Yeah. I don't think... Devin, you got more piercings than Devin?
Yep.
Because every time Devin would get a piercing, my other daughter, it'd get infected for some reason. I don't understand why.
Probably because she has their small, freaky earlobes like you.
Probably, right? Yeah, just shit on your dad again.
Her ears are actually like half the size of yours, though. I don't know if you notice.
But as you get older, your cartilage continues to grow. So I had normal ears back in the past, but now they used to be like this size.
Ears and nose. You should get your nose pierced too.
Are you saying I have a big fucking nose now?
I'm saying you should get
Why
your
don't we
nose
just shit on me
pierced.
today?
God, forget about your hair. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Does it hurt to get them pierced up here?
No,
No? Okay.
It's less than here.
it's like the same.
The same.
Yeah.
Was the belly button hard? Did that hurt?
Not really, no.
No.
Because
But-
the tongue hurt.
The
The
worst
tongue really hurt.
worst part about the belly button is that you have to sit up straight, or else it like presses down.
Did you take yours out or you still got yours in?
I still got it. Why would I take it out?
Well, I don't know. If it's uncomfortable, why would you wear it?
No, I meant while it was healing.
Oh, well, it was healing.
Yeah, now it's like a degenerate again.
Yeah.
Hunched over. Neanderthal.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Nick never brought me coffee. He's a real douche. You're raising a real douche.
Text him.
I don't have my phone because my phone.
Hey, Zach, can you text your brother and tell him we need coffee out here?
Yeah. What time is it?
Time for coffee.
He was supposed to bring it out like 10:30. I feel like that's at least 15 minutes ago.
Who's gonna swap the fuck
I was gonna say, if you leave, we're just gonna be staring at Dwayne for the next.
But I don't think he's swapping cameras anyways.
He is. I've been seeing that.
Got been glancing over there too from time
What
to
are you
time.
doing? No, just leave that where it is. It's fine. Motherfucker. Just put it back on those guys.
You have like dots of where it should be placed?
No, because everything gets moved every single time.
Well, that's why you need dots.
Yeah. That's kind of the point.
Well, Taylor, when you set up everything, when you invest in your stuff, we'll have dots. We have people over all the time.
He can barely afford a mortgage because he's a millennial.
We need to
I'm
fix
not one
it.
of those millennials.
He keeps bragging about this. I don't
I know.
know.
I'm not bragging.
He's kind of a cunt, really.
I'm just pointing out the difference between most millennials and myself.
I'm like the last year of millennialism.
I got
what
started
you
on
are?
everything early. That's the thing.
So what's the
I
next
got a
one?
girl pregnant when I was 19. I got a decent job by the time I was 20. And I've been doing that job for almost 14 years now. So I'm the exception for millennials.
What's Devin?
Gen Z. She's a
a Gen-
Zoomer.
Wait, that makes me a Zoomer. Your cutoff's at 94, right?
Yeah.
Or is 95 as Zoomers?
I think.
I don't know.
I thought I was a millennial. I'm a Zoomer.
Oh, let's
Apparently
look
you're
this
not.
up.
I thought it was 97 because some articles say 95, some say 97. I can take. I don't know if I want to be grouped in with the Zoomer though.
I wouldn't
Why?
either.
Why?
It was Fortnite dance. That's the sole reason I don't want to be a Zoomer.
Okay,
What are
so
you doing?
a millennial is anyone born between 1980 and 1995.
Oh.
I guess I'm a millennial.
Yep.
So you don't get a house.
That's unfortunate.
What Zoomers do?
Gen Z
I don't
is
know.
anyone born between 96 and mid 2000s. And apparently no one has any agreement of when the exact end of Gen Z is
It
because
doesn't matter.
objective truth no longer exists.
World's ending soon anyway, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
I hope so. You know what? Life is stressful.
Why
And if
you've
it
got a
just-
house?
But I'm saying
A good job.
if it just like ended for everybody all at once, no one has anything to be upset about.
Well, when baby Jesus comes back, it will end for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before baby Jesus comes back, right? And ends all of this for all of us. And either you'll be ascended or you won't.
We already have the
Ascended.
Antichrist and Biden, so
Ascended,
We do-
really?
We do have. the
You're gonna
Antichrist
start
and Biden.
throwing out like Stargate lingo.
I don't know. I haven't even watched Stargate since 1986.
Yeah, Stargate wasn't a thing in 1986.
When did it come out?
I think the movie originally came out in like 94, and the TV series started in like
Was there a
97.
TV series?
There was like 3 TV series.
I do remember watching it as a child with mom.
What the fuck have you done with your life?
Not watch stupid shows.
Stargate is a classic movie, and it's an even better TV show.
Yeah, it's a great movie. When do you think it came out?
I think the movie came out in 94.
Jesus Christ.
When?
You're fucking gay is what you are.
So I'm right.
Yeah, you're right. It came out in 94.
And the TV show
How the
started...
fuck do you know that?
The TV show, did it start in 97?
Oh, look.
I bet you it did.
This is just fucking ridiculous. How would you know a date of a stupid fucking movie?
Because it's a great fucking movie.
Oh, I like the movie.
Come on, you haven't even seen the TV show. How do you know if you don't like it?
SG1?
Yeah.
It was 97.
97, yeah. Fucking Richard Dean Anderson. How can you not like a show with him in it?
I don't even know who he
Fuck
is.
oh my god, MacGyver?
Oh.
The original MacGyver, not this new fucking TV show.
I wasn't really watching TV when MacGyver was out. I was kind of like, I was like early teens, so I was chasing girls.
Yeah,
and
I
doing
was gonna
stuff
say I wasn't even alive at that time, but I know who it is.
Yeah, I didn't even watch MacGyver when it was popular. Maybe I was younger than that, but I was doing other stuff. I wasn't watching TV. Back in my day, before the millennials came out, we went outside and did things.
Why would I want to watch a show it was around before I was potty trained?
Well, ask him. He's the one fucking that knows
Because
about
it's
it.
a
Movie before it
great
existed.
fucking show. Oh my god. I can understand why like old fucks now complain about people not being able to appreciate the classics.
Because you're an old fuck.
No, I'm not an old fuck.
Yeah, you are.
That's the thing.
You don't want to think you are, but when a 20-year-old woman looks at you, she goes, "He's fucking old."
That's fine because it's the perspective of some 20-year-old chick. That doesn't matter.
You were gonna say twit.
Twit? I don't think I've ever called somebody a
Yeah, you were
twit.
gonna say it.
I was probably gearing more towards another word, but I decided not to use it.
Right.
It's because it tends to be universally offensive.
Because we're PC now.
No, just
Well, I'm flipping that fucking script, man. I'm no longer PC. Everybody can fuck right off.
We need more of that.
that's not being anti-PC though. That's just being like unruly and aggressive.
So the text that I sent the family, as soon as everything happened down with the judgment, real quick, I sent. You got the text, right?
Yeah.
I said, everybody for Christmas gets a brand new shiny AR-15.
See, the thing is, I don't get why you're so like into this, upset about this, like all about it, because like in reality, this whole thing doesn't change anything. Nothing is different from what it was 3 days ago. Nothing's fucking changed.
So
The world is exactly the same as it was.
When people are marching downtown, going around downtown with armed assault rifles because people are rioting, that bothered me.
Yeah, but
now-
both sides have been doing that kind of
No, they
shit
have
for
not.
the last 3 fucking years.
No, they have not. Well, now we've empowered a side to do it even more. That's what irritates me.
I don't think this empowers anybody.
Okay, I don't know who
anymore.
you talk to or who you are
No,
around.
I understand that all the people who like to fucking, LARP as soldiers and shit like that are all, oh my god, this means I have permission. But they're fucking morons. The
No.
people you have to take seriously, the people who might actually cause violence on purpose and kill people on purpose, nothing has changed for these people. It's only the fucking morons and the unintelligent assholes that
Exactly.
are like, oh my god, this changes everything. It doesn't. Nothing has changed.
We've empowered a group of people to do even more than what they've already been doing.
I don't think it's going to change anything.
Okay, so you look at the world, and since they're only minuscule changes that happen over time, you don't see that as a big change.
No, this thing for Kyle Rittenhouse isn't over. That's what I'm saying. He's still going to get fucked.
By who?
He may not be criminally culpable for what he did,
Yeah.
but he's gonna get the shit sued out of him by every family member of the people he killed and everyone he injured or shot. And that guy is going to be paying fucking money
I don't
to
think
those
so.
families for the rest of his goddamn life.
I think where he's at gun-toting, gun-loving conservatives, and I think he's fine. They already bailed him out. They already paid for his lawyer.
Yeah, so I guess that means that they can give him money to give to the victims, and I don't know, it kind of squares things, if you ask me.
No, it never squares anything. Like, if your child was killed,
Well,
no amount of money would ever square that.
Obviously not for the people who died.
Right.
But it sounds like the people who died, at least
So
in
there's-
some part, are
so there's gonna
culpable
be-
themselves for what happened.
So what you're saying is there's going to be no punishment for him because other people are going to be paying for these fines, and the people who had lost family members, you're saying I'm confused because there is no punishment, there is no vindication, there's nothing that's going to happen to this kid.
No, not to him personally, no.
But you said 3 minutes ago that he's going to get.
is.
It's going to be an ongoing thing.
Yes,
it
is. It is
matter.
going to be an ongoing thing, and there will be consequences.
There is no consequences.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to pay his fucking fines. People are still going to be fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't understand what you're saying. I'm confused.
Well, then you need to listen.
I did listen.
You
But
guys
you
are
were
right.
wrong on almost every point.
I should have been worried to talk about this. I feel like this is a good topic of conversation. I don't know why I was
But
worried.
you're way too PC. You're way too PC. That's what I'm saying.
I just
boil
think
it
this
down
thing
to.
is going to be strung out for another couple years.
Oh, that's fine.
And there's, you
So-
know, whether the people that have been funding his little thing so far stick around after the fact.
Right.
You know, they stuck around for the court case because it's like, this is something big. It's in the public's eye. You alone think it's precedent setting. Maybe they do too. I don't. But do you really think these people are going to stick around and support this kid now that it's going to civil court and he's being sued as an individual? He's not being criminally charged, which means this case isn't going to be nearly in the spotlight as the previous one
So
was.
one of the things you got to do when something's popular is you got to strike when the iron's hot. And I remember them showing his mom on TV, and she's crying in the audience, and they said she doesn't know how she's going to pay for the lawyers. So they're striking while the iron is hot. They're going to build up a cash cow that they have in house, and they're going to use that money to defend him however they have to. It's very interesting how that all played out. Now, all of this is just a fucking distraction because it doesn't affect us at all. We focus on that, and we don't look at other things that are going on.
Like every Republican, turning down the $35 cap for insulin, right? That was voted on, yesterday?
Okay.
Not like we have any idea that happened.
Yeah, but that's because nobody gives a fuck about what's going on a day-to-day basis inside the Capitol. They only care about the end result. And that's only a small portion that actually bother to learn what the end result was. Everybody else just watches the news and whatever they're fucking told, that's it. Sweet. I mean, that's what it is. Nobody ever bothers to actually read or learn about the bills and laws they're passing. They just wait until some asshole, brings out his Spark Notes and lets you know his opinion on what was passed, right?
Because they do it on purpose. For every bill, it's 40 pages thick, and you get it the day of the vote. It's not like you're gonna skim through it. Yeah.
So hold on, Andrew. So the Republicans did what? So they shot something down?
Yes.
Are they in control of anything right now?
I'm sure 2 Democrats.
Going to say with Manchin and Cinema, the Republicans definitely have some fucking control right now.
So it's just not the Republicans that are doing this. I remember Obama trying to get through Obamacare, where it was single payer.
I was going to say,
and you couldn't get that through.
When he got fucked by both sides.
Yeah. So it's not just the Republicans that are doing this.
Well,
it's
but
the Democrats too.
There's a difference between what the Republicans do and what the Democrats do. The Democrats want to be bipartisan, and they want there to be some sort of consensus on the things they pass. But to get a consensus, you need to believe that there is an objective truth out there that both sides can agree on. When one side no longer believes in any sort of truth, they can just say and do whatever they want.
Okay.
The Republicans with fucking Obamacare, they put so many amendments into that bill. They changed and took out so much fucking shit that could have made it great. And then even after all the alterations that they put in there with, the idea that they would vote for the bill after it was finalized. They didn't even fucking vote for the bill, even after they got basically every fucking alteration they wanted in the thing. And that's why Obamacare ended up being the most disappointing fucking thing in existence.
Okay. So for me, I think the Democrats are worse than the Republicans, because the Republicans are going to come to you and they're going to look at you in the face and say, fuck you. I'm not going to do this. I'm corporate. The Democrats, they fucking lie to you. What they do is they say, we want this, we're going to act this way. And then when it comes time to vote, oh, a couple of people went to the other side. We can get it through. I'm sorry. So it's all a big fucking lie.
Well, that's because the Democrats are more diverse than the Republicans. The Republicans are all united.
They say that.
They are united.
So
that's why they have so much power in the House and the Senate, despite being a minority.
Taylor, but it's interesting how it always seems to happen. It's interesting how it always seems to happen. And it always seems to happen for corporate America. It never slides our way, ever. So you can say that the Democrats are one way and diverse and all this other bullshit, but it's always the same way. If somebody continues to keep doing the same thing over and over again, maybe you're being fucking lied to.
Which is why the Democratic Party needs to have all these old fuckers kicked out of it and get some new blood in there. Because they've been doing the same fucking thing for decades and expecting different results.
And
they think that the people will see what they're doing and be like, these guys really want to help. You know, they really mean well. But meaning well doesn't mean a fucking thing if you don't accomplish anything in the end, which is why the Republicans are the way they are, is because they are so results oriented. The people see that and like it. The Democrats never get the results they talk about
because they're full of shit.
Because there's no unity in the party.
You're being tribal. I've told you this before because we went through this together. When Hillary was going against Trump, I said, there's no fucking way I can vote for Hillary. I came home and talked to like my kids, and this one here goes, Dad, we have to pick the lesser of two evils.
No, that was Biden. Hillary, I voted for Bernie.
Oh, did you? Okay, so this was this time around?
Yeah.
I thought it was last time around.
No, this
and
was,
I said,
I believed that Hillary was going to win. There's no way that Trump was going to win.
Right. And I
Really? Because I thought the exact opposite.
No, I was like, screw it. I'm voting for Bernie. I'm going to let them know.
I voted for Bernie, too.
But it's been the same thing that's been fucking espoused. I heard that when I was a child. You have to vote for the lesser of two evils. So now we're a generation plus, 20 years later, and you hear the same fucking thing over and over again. It's all bullshit. Both sides fucking suck. Term limits, no campaign finance, no lobbyists. Only get people in there that we fucking think are going to do a good fucking job. But we don't, because they're a direct reflection of us. We want people in there that are going to take care of our interests when they fucking don't.
How would those laws change, though? Would they have to get changed by the people that are making those laws?
They do. So when we voted back in the 90s, we voted for term limits in Eastern Washington. Could have been Washington. They went to the courts to get them changed. The people that were in Congress, and they abolished it because we had term limits in Washington State. So it's all bullshit, Taylor. You're just fucking tribal. You want your team to win. You are, but you don't think you are.
The vast majority of people are tribal.
I'm tribal
at
too.
At this point, I don't. After Trump and all the bullshit and the abject denial of reality that a certain portion of this country has kind of stepped into, I don't fucking care anymore.
But you
because
do.
Biden has had a chance to do stuff. What's he done? Both parties, I know you hate sometimes, and you hate people saying this, but it's all the same. We're just going through the same fucking motions that our country has been going through for decades now, and nothing changes. Which is exactly why we're a species that's going to kill itself off. Nobody, like, just with global warming alone, we make all these laws, we make all these promises, and yet we're still just absolutely careening full speed ahead towards the end.
Which is good.
Which is good. So, but they're looking for Planet B now.
Planet B.
We've all seen this. No, you haven't seen this?
No.
They're searching for an Earth-like planet.
Oh, around Proxima Centauri.
They can go out further than that. So my thinking is that the elite are putting together a spaceship to leave us all those fuckers to die. They are looking for Planet B.
They can't live without slaves.
Well,
but automation
you know how
is
long
here.
it would take to travel even to Proxima Centauri, the nearest fucking star?
How many light
with
years?
the current with 4.2?
So 4 years.
No. 4 years at the speed of fucking light, which you can't get to. I mean, you're still talking at minimum hundreds of years with our current technology,
So
potentially thousands.
So it was interesting. About 4 or 5 years ago, there was a guy at NASA who was working on a hyperbubble. So, or a quantum bubble. Or
He was working on a warp bubble.
warp bubble. Thank you. And so you don't know where that's at.
They determined that in practice, it does not work.
I thought he got it to work.
In theory,
I thought he got it.
in a vacuum on
Yeah.
a planet with gravity, he got something to happen. But they've determined that in space,
So hold on. So
this drive would not work.
I live in work years, which goes by very quickly. So this could have been like 8 years ago, 8 or 10 years ago. I'm sure the technology is advanced. So you don't know where the fuck they're at. Even if they're slightly
It's
below.
fantasy.
It's not fantasy. At some point, it's going to happen.
I'm not saying at some point we're not going to have some revolutionary discovery about how to travel through space. I'm just saying this isn't it.
All right. They're looking for Planet B. For what reason?
We've got planets in our solar system. Why the fuck are we looking at other solar systems? It makes no goddamn sense. You can build an underground city on the fucking moon. Definitely doable. You can build underground on Mars.
Right.
Fucking doable.
No,
And
I
it
agree.
doesn't require you to spend hundreds or thousands of years burning through resources traveling through space.
So I want to go back to what Paige said. They can't live without slaves. What do you mean by that?
We're slaves.
I mean, it seems pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward.
I think automation's coming so far that they might at some point, because they're railing against lazy people that don't work anymore. And so
No, they're railing against people who want to actually get paid a living wage to do any job. I mean, why do you think fucking McDonald's says they pay $15 an hour? Why do you think fucking Taco Bell has a sign up that says we pay more than McDonald's to start?
Okay,
I
so-
mean, nobody wants to fucking go to goddamn McDonald's and
So-
get $10 an hour anymore.
hold on. So when you're working at McDonald's for $15 an hour, but you have to pay $1,600 for a fucking duplex?
Yes.
A duplex. Is it still a living wage?
I'm not saying that Spokane's housing market isn't fucked right now. It's totally fucked.
Right.
Like, my house, according to Zillow, is worth like $419,000.
Right.
I bought it for $172,900 10 years ago. It's out of control.
So wherever you go, it was interesting. We went over and we visited my daughter in Renton. And
God, what a shithole.
Renton is not a shithole.
Renton is a
They fixed
shithole.
it up. It's nice.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that.
No, it's nice. And where she lives up on a hill in like this. It would be a condo. It looks like a condo, but it's more of it's an apartment building. But you only have like 8.
Wait, hold on. Because a condo is an apartment building that you own your dwelling. Is it an apartment or is it a condo?
So she lives in an apartment. But what I'm trying to say, a condo is. It seems the condos that I've always seen are always higher end than an apartment. So
Yeah.
it's a very nice apartment. So she lives in a very nice apartment. But anyways, that's beside the point. So we go over to Seattle, a beautiful city that I've always loved. I would definitely want to live over there if it wasn't for traffic and winter weather.
you wouldn't want to live in the U district.
Huh?
You wouldn't want to live in the U district.
No, but you can live outside of Seattle. Seattle's a beautiful place to live. It's a good ground zero because you can reach out and go if you're into anything like going to the peninsula or Mount Rainier. You have all of these things to do around you, and you have everything at Seattle you could ever want. The problems with Seattle is the traffic sucks, and the weather. During the winter, Taylor likes
Shut
cold,
up.
rainy shit.
The weather doesn't suck.
But it's very depressing to be rainy, gray,
No,
and raining all the time.
that is relaxing
to you.
weather.
That's why
that it has a calming effect.
I believe they have the highest suicide rate in the United States.
I get bummed
Sweet.
if it would rain for like 200 days out of the year.
That sounds like population control for those weak minds.
During the summer, well, their population's growing, so there is no population control. During the summer, it's great because it rains in the morning, then it gets sunny. But anyways, so we go downtown, in this little place called Pikes Peak, which everybody sees on TV. They have no idea what it's like. It's a collection of great little stores.
Pikes Peak?
Place.
Pike Place?
downtown.
Yeah.
But there is no little fancy stores down there. Paige, like one of the things I got her was concert. Do you still have those Nirvana ones?
Yeah.
Where they actually had shows and they went around and they put them up. So I was able to get that. But they had all these great little stores in there that were kind of like antique shit and all that. All gone.
When?
We went over in April.
Because we were just there in October and they still had all those little bookstores and.
Did you go
a lot of
downstairs
antique-
and all that?
We went to all 5 floors, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like it was. The main floor is like.
Do they still have the magic shop?
They still have the magic shop
Sweet.
with the
As
little.
long as that's still
standing
there,
dude.
fuck the rest.
Fuck the rest.
Yeah.
The main floor is just flowers now.
Yeah, that
Which
was
was very
that was
bizarre.
it. Flowers and big fish that they like to show.
You go to the north end because we left there to go down to eat on the pier. And you go down to the north end, and the wall has always been shitty. It's always smelled like pot. But now it's just massive vagrants, and all it is raw land. It was very surprising. And then as you walk through downtown, it's this tent city on the sidewalks. It's very, very depressing.
Spokane has that problem too, though.
Not to the degree.
Well, that's because there's a higher population.
Well, I understand that, but you have this beautiful city that is just kind of gone now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have ever called Seattle a beautiful city.
Compared to what? Spokane, downtown Spokane?
Anything.
It's a gorgeous city.
That's debatable.
I'm a big fan. We were just in Portland too, but Portland we thought was worse than Seattle.
Now,
Now, yeah.
that's disappointing too. Portland was one of those great cities too. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
I love
down there.
Portland,
Yeah.
Eugene. I love any part of Oregon.
Yeah.
I definitely moved down there before I moved to Seattle though.
Yeah. So when you were in San Francisco, what did you think of San Francisco, Paige?
It was okay. I like Chinatown.
Yeah.
Downtown smelled like pee.
Downtown smelled like pee.
Mm.
What, was it the massive vagrants and everything down there too?
Yes. I saw an old lady, no shirt, half an arm.
Half an arm?
Yeah, she had a stub. It was wild.
Just
She had really saggy boobs. That was the most wild part of it. They were like down to here. She had like.
Have you seen the lady
out
out here yet?
No, I saw nipple though. This is the difference. Did you see this lady's nipple?
No, well, you can see them through her T-shirt that she always wears, but she has like these boobs that are this long. I mean, they're fucking humongous.
That's what I'm aiming for.
You need to gain some weight.
Can crushers.
Oh, they're huge. So San Francisco is one of those beautiful, beautiful cities too, but everybody's been priced out of everything. So now you live in a car or on the streets or whatever you.
8 people to an apartment. You were just down to Oakland area, and even Oakland, the sketchy streets.
Yeah.
You would have 10 people to a house minimum.
Yeah, but if you want affordable housing, then you have to move to a red state.
Because there's nobody there.
Yeah.
So
But when you do that, you're living in a state that's right to work, which is just even more fucked.
Yeah, we need to fix our housing problem that we have. How did I go down this road? What were we talking about previous to this?
Moving to a different planet.
Yeah, Planet B.
Planet B.
But yeah, we have better options right in our backyard. We don't need to travel across a void of space to another solar system.
I'd be pretty bummed to live in a city under Mars.
Why?
That'd be kind of awful. I don't know. All these post-apocalyptic shows where you see these people, going through the motions. Think of
Well, then
Matrix.
you can build yourself a little dome and live on the surface of Mars.
can't.
and
think of Black Mirror where
slowly
you're
get
surrounded by
cooked
screens.
alive.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You look out your window and it's just a screen of Mount Rainier, and you think, "Wow, I'm not depressed because I took my vitamin D pills today." Like, that's not a life I want to live in.
I just don't understand why our mental health suffers so much just because we can't stick our head out a window.
Because that's the way we're built. It's up to people.
We're built to adapt. If history has proven anything, humanity is built to survive. And breaking down because you've got a picture of a mountain instead of a mountain 30 miles off in the distance doesn't make any sense.
We're supposed to be community-driven animals.
And you can still have a fucking community underground.
Fucking.
I mean, look, even the people in the movie The Descent, yeah, they're monsters now, but guess what? They had a fucking community underground. I'm just saying, they adapted, they survived, and they thrive.
Is that a life you want to live? Those blind
Well,
vampires?
I'm not saying that a life under the ground of Mars would be the same. I'm just saying humanity is built to adapt and survive.
I've never
And
seen
you
The
can
Descent.
adapt apparently to any condition.
They don't have the mental capacity to commit suicide. I guarantee you that.
Problem solved. See, there you go.
You got me there.
I'm just saying. I mean, if I had a choice of living on Earth or living on Mars with recycled water, recycled air, no fucking windows, I would choose Mars because we're abusing the shit out of this planet as is. We've got enough nukes to fucking wipe everything out, irradiate the planet. I'm just saying, you probably stand a better chance buried underground in Mars than you do on Earth.
Someone
because we're
email
fucking
Musk.
this planet up.
Let them know we've got a volunteer for Mars trip.
Oh, I'd volunteer.
Would you?
Yeah,
I
I'd love
would.
to see it.
I'd go.
Everyone, I mean, even he himself said it's a death sentence. How long are you going to survive on the surface of Mars being the first humans out there?
But I'm cool with that because I
Okay.
could see something else that I haven't seen
Yeah,
before.
think of what
I
you'd
asked-
experience.
I asked my wife if she'd go.
I'll blow.
She'd stay. She'd leave me.
Yeah.
She'd let me go. Yeah, and to say bye-bye. But I would
People
do
would
it.
remember your name, at least for a
No,
little
I
while.
don't even care about that. I just would like to be adventurous and see something else for however long that lasted.
I mean, do you remember the names of the people who first came to the U.S.? The
Don't say Columbus
Europeans.
either. Name somebody else.
I mean, the little indentured servants who came here and they died. That's who he'd be.
Marco
Yeah.
Polo.
Yeah, you see the
indentured
aliens out there
servant who went
stabbing me
to-
in the throat. It just is what it is. But no, I'd love to go and see that. It'd be interesting.
Moon would be even better. Because you'd have lower gravity. Which would be sweet.
No, I like.
And you
my
could always
bones.
just wear weighted
bones.
clothing.
You could wear what?
Wear weighted clothing. It's like having less gravity, not a problem.
You ever seen videos of people in space just, on the ISS and how their hair is always sticking up, but their face looks like they're always uncomfortable. Like you're uncomfortable the entire time you're there just because
Maybe they're sending the wrong people into space.
they're sending the best of the best. They're sending
They are not.
If they're looking uncomfortable in microgravity,
scientists.
then
They went through the training where you have to sit in that little spinny chair and undergo 10 G's of force to even
yeah, but that's for going
Think
up
about-
to space. That has nothing to do with being in space.
in space. You got to strap yourself down to sleep, and you got
Yeah, that sounds fun.
you got to make sure that
It's the closest we'll ever get to flying.
What I'd take away from this,
so cramped.
when I'd get an erect penis, it wouldn't hang down
Yeah, but it's
anymore.
only
It
so-
would go up because of the lack of gravity.
It's only so cramped because we don't invest nearly enough money into endeavors into space.
We got Musk dumping billions now.
Yeah, but he's an asshole. He's only doing it for
Absolutely
his
he
own
is.
personal benefit.
I'm not saying he's not a absolute douchebag, but we're increasing funding for NASA, right? That's
Not at. I mean, we should cut our defense budget in half and throw all the money
We got-
towards NASA if we really want to make a fucking difference.
we got nations like Russia that are blowing up satellites that are sending debris into the like a half an inch piece of debris is going to do in space to one of the ISS. It's going to make a pretty big dent if it doesn't rip off well, my bedroom's gone because Russia's blowing up their dumb satellites.
Yeah, well, Russia is basically a country in the shape of a dick measuring contest.
So are we.
Yeah, but you don't see us showering.
Oh, we've done experiments in space like that as well. So it's
But have we blatantly
yeah.
blown up satellites of ours?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fucked up thing. But when somebody else does it, then we want to call them shitty. But we do so much shitty stuff as well.
Name one thing America has done that's shitty.
Shut the fuck up.
Hiroshima.
What was it? I was gonna say Operation Starfish.
What haven't we done bad?
Wasn't that when they detonated a nuke in high orbit and it ended up like frying all the electrical grid in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah.
The winners
That's what
write
caused
history
them
books.
to ban nukes
Is it
in
Guam?
space.
Wasn't it Guam? Because we're paying them. It could be, I don't remember. Marshall Islands, we're paying them for the rest of their eternity because of all the experiments we did over there.
Yeah, but that was from detonating bombs like on the surface.
Surface or
Yeah.
underwater? Okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But yeah, everything we do is
Bikini
shitty.
Atoll, right?
And then
Yeah.
when somebody else does something shitty, then we want to go, we're all cunty, we're Karens. You go, oh, they did it, fuckers. Well, you did it too, piece of shit. No, I think the way NASA, I don't think their funding has been cut or increased, but the way they're making money now is they're using their land to make money. Musk pays them to launch it, all their launch sites and all of that. So I think they're making money off that. They're for profit now.
Talk about dick measuring. We got Zuckerberg and Bezos, just wanting their space adventures.
We need to do that, though, right? We need to improve our situation. I always status quo is not good for me. Why not always try to excel and try to do better as a society?
Because there's no money in that.
I don't give a fuck about money,
You don't,
right?
but the people in charge do.
No, they don't. They only worry about fucking filling their own pockets
With money.
with money.
Well, they're not filling it with candy.
Yeah.
So
They
my
should
point stands.
be happier, probably.
No, they wouldn't. You can't buy hookers with candy.
I'm taking.
Yeah, can't.
You're not going for the right hookers, apparently, Dwayne.
Yeah. They got to be younger. Apparently, with the pedophile ring we have back east, yeah, maybe that's what they should do. Come here, little girl. I got some candy. Pizzagate. Why wouldn't that be at a candy store instead of a pizza parlor?
I don't know. I'd be attracted more by pizza than candy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love pizza?
Yeah. I'd probably blow somebody for a round table pizza.
Yeah.
When I was 13,
It basically
you never
cost
know.
you about the same.
I gotta make a call. I gotta deliver a pizza.
I said when I was 13, fucker. Now it's going to cost you more money.
2 pizzas?
2 pizzas. I don't know, my son, he really loves pizza over there. But he's, everything he touches, he manhandles. So you might not want him around your groin area. He's not gentle with anything in his life. He's so strong, he just breaks shit accidentally. So if you don't mind a broken penis,
I mean, they both admitted to being into cock and ball torture.
Taylor?
Andrew.
Andrew, of course, he likes his asshole explored. But Taylor, he acts like he's something, but I think he's his missionary style all the fucking time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got to keep it vanilla.
you really do. And then you spice it up like on the anniversary and put a finger up her butt. That's what you do. You got to keep a little woman happy.
What do they call it? The shocker? 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink? Something like that. No, seriously, they've got like those like stickers for the back of cars that show somebody going like
I
this.
know.
So fucking weird. Why would you want that on your car?
You advertise to other people.
It's
that
right next-
will be around you.
It's right next to his American flag sticker. It's fucking
Thin
red.
blue line sticker.
Yeah.
Calvin pissing on Biden or something.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brian.
Well, I don't get. Where did that come from? I don't get it.
Oh, it's a NASCAR thing. So they
well,
were
that's
saying
why I don't
they
get
were-
it.
The crowd
It's a
was
redneck
saying
thing.
they were saying fuck Biden or something like
Fuck
that. They were
Joe.
going fuck Joe Biden, and then the news lady was like, "Oh, they're saying let's go, Brian."
Brandon.
Brandon.
Because the driver's
Brandon.
name was Brandon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can't take it to giggle and say, let's go, Brandon.
Okay, so why were a bunch of redneck yokels shouting "fuck Biden" at a NASCAR event?
It's NASCAR.
That's like the only reason to justify it. See, this is why I don't get the right. It's like at something completely unrelated, we're gonna start shouting "fuck the president of the United States."
If
And
they
then
find any opportunity, they can. It's not even an
It just
opportunity.
it seems like they've got an obsession that's quickly becoming unhealthy.
They've been in this obsession that's been unhealthy with the Trump cult.
Well,
And what you ever see large parades of people waving Obama flags in their lifted trucks, through the streets of Spokane.
You never saw that because it's not a cult. You're not blindly worshiping a human just because, he's vulgar or whatever. We have a president that doesn't tweet mean things, but at least our president, built 30 feet of a wall. Did they never hear of ladders?
we're just living in the dark timeline. Honestly, I hope if there is a multiverse out there or multiple worlds, I hope one of the universes is doing far better than we are because we're fucked in the
Well, you say we, but it's not we. I'm sure there's other places on the planet that are doing well.
Name one.
Denmark.
And what information do you have to back up that random name thrown out there?
So
Beats me.
So Matt and George went and visited their relatives over there, and they said it was the cleanest, greatest place they've ever been to. They actually take the money that they take in taxes and they spend it on their society.
Oh my God, that sounds like socialism.
Fuck.
Ooh, I can't believe you just said that word. Be crucified.
We do spend like 1% on social programs.
I doubt that.
It's like 1% of the budget.
I bet you it's a fraction of a percent.
No, it's
Because
like,
the rest of it we throw towards the military. We don't need.
military is 50. It was last time I looked. It was 54% of the whole budget.
Yeah.
Is that
54%.
down from previous years, or is that the highest it's been?
I did not look that much into it, but it was 1% social programs, 54% on the military. I
We got our
understand.
priorities right, at least.
We got to defend this.
So what
motherfucker.
does that get us?
If you've ever been, I was in the military. If you ever go into the military, you realize that it's a jobs program.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. So it's a shitty job program because you don't get paid dick in the military. So 54%.
There are private organizations that are inflating prices for, incremental things.
We also looked this up, and I don't remember what exactly it was, but did we do it on the podcast when we looked at the size of the military? How many people we had in the
Yeah,
military?
we did do that.
And it was Taylor was
Surprisingly high.
yeah Taylor
Yeah.
was surprisingly low.
I thought there was far less people in the armed services than there actually was.
But to spend 54% of our budget on it, it just doesn't equate to like I think it was 15 million people.
Well, that's because you're buying unnecessary equipment,
Right.
stockpiling and hoarding fucking nuclear weapons, and it's like, oh well, since we have these things already, got to keep them upgraded.
But that's one good thing Trump did though was he was a great arms dealer.
Pretty sure every president since the
Not-
creation of this country has been a great arms dealer.
Not like Trump though. He was really good at selling the fucking military equipment to other countries.
I don't
Very
know.
good.
So was Obama.
No, I know. I'm
I'm
not
saying,
saying that
In that regard,
he was on
he's
another
no different
level.
from any other president we've had in our lifetimes.
Another level. So the military-industrial complex, they make a shit ton of money off that. When you are spending $1 billion for a fucking plane, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know what's
A completely over-engineered plane too.
Well, we gotta
That's going to
protect
have
ourselves.
so many problems in
It's
the future.
very important for us to protect ourselves. We could be overrun at any time.
Yeah, and why
By
do
who,
you
Canada?
why do you think that mentality filters down into the civilian population? Oh, we got to defend ourselves. I got to have a
So he was.
basement full of guns to defend myself.
He said,
AR-15 to
Yeah,
defend
I mean,
myself. Come on.
it's the exact same situation where people are fucking buying guns and guns and guns, thinking they need to defend themselves, preparing for, some imagined war that, for all they know, is never going to come.
So we have a population of 350 million, and it was interesting to find out that most of the guns are owned by 14 million people.
Yeah.
So there's more guns in the United States than there is people, but about 14 million of the people in the United States are gun hoarders and have most of the guns.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah. I was surprised when I learned that. I get surprised by a lot of stuff. When you brought up Canada taking us over, do you realize there's only 35 million people in Canada?
How many guns?
Oh, a shit ton. A fucking shit ton. But I don't think
If 35 million people have 200 million guns, then we're screwed.
No, because we have like 600 million guns. So if we're talking gun ratio, we fucking do well. Yeah, nobody's going to take us over. There's no reason to spend $54 million on the fucking military. Blah, 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 blah. Let's put it into something that really counts.
Yeah, but at the same
Fake
time...
vaginas.
At the same time...
Could you imagine how much...
Do you really think having 600 million guns in the U.S. is going to stop, I don't know, a nuke?
No, but I think...
Shoot at the nuke.
I think
those ARs are real good at shooting down Hellfire missiles and stuff like that.
I think
in the large scheme of things, if there is a war between another major country, it doesn't matter how many fucking guns. Nobody's going to do a land invasion. They're just going to push a fucking button and everyone's going to be like, oh, okay,
we'll
that's
find
the
out,
end of it.
We'll find out when China takes over Taiwan. We'll find out.
God, I hope they do.
Fucking shut up.
Because maybe it'll spark the end of times.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the fucking spark.
So
that
the first thing we need to do, and I figured this
humanity's
out.
gonna
I figured
shut
this out
shit
on
down.
this fucking podcast right now. So all the red states,
You've
what
had
we do,
an epiphany, huh?
I have. We take some of the money away from the military. We buy fake vaginas and dildos, and we send them to people in red states. And we make them happier people.
You think drums of lube also?
Yeah.
No,
55-gallon drum to lube.
I don't think that's gonna work. We need to advance robotics to the point where every fucking basement dweller, conservative prick in their mommy's basement can have a robot to fuck. Then they'll feel like men
Do you
again.
remember watching that video? It was like probably like 5 or 6 years ago, where that Japanese guy's laying on his back and he's getting fucked by the robot, but it's just like a robot thing that goes over his dick. Do you remember seeing that?
Was he wearing VR goggles?
Yes, he was.
Because yes, I have seen that.
That's a great video.
Are you talking about? Because that's in a TV show on Netflix
Oh, I did not see that.
with Jonah Hill and.
No, this is a real thing.
Well,
He was an Asian dude, right?
It was an Asian dude, yes.
Oh,
So
I mean,
okay.
we have the technology.
We don't have to worry about inventing these things because Japan's already working on it.
Why are they so far advanced?
Because they're cool. I don't know.
They're free thinkers.
They're not free thinkers.
Because
They got the hive
who
mind.
doesn't want to fuck a robot?
Yeah.
They're all
I mean,
shy.
come on.
So they do it.
They're sexually repressed, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're sexually repressed, shy, can't talk to girls, but you can't talk to a robot. They don't
Yeah.
need to be
So
smart.
marriage has gone down in Japan. So they have lifelike dolls now that they fuck. Lifelike dolls.
I mean, yeah, I watched the whole My Strange Addiction about a guy who was married to one.
To a doll.
Yeah, he was a white guy in the U.S., so.
Oh, okay. So, but that
He
happens
dressed her
in Japan.
up,
Yeah.
bought her nice things.
You take her out to dinner.
He
You
could
gotta-
take her
you
out
gotta
in
treat her right.
public.
Yeah.
He takes himself out to dinner, but she just tags along.
She just
She's a
hangs out.
skinny bitch. She doesn't eat much.
Do you bring the vagina with? Do you install it before you
Dude,
take
it's
her out on the
attached.
date?
I don't know how you clean that out. Garden hose. I'm
I don't think
high
you do.
pressure washer.
Can you how good can you really clean it out though? Do you buy a used one? You go on Craigslist and buy a used sex doll for $3,500?
I don't
Because
know.
those things are not cheap. What if you're just really sexually
You've looked into
depraved?
this.
I know I know they're expensive.
So when it's the opposite, when it's a woman, does
secondhand.
she have to clean them as well, or do you just glove up every time you use them? Well, you've looked into this. Obviously, you know that they're $3,500.
Yeah, okay, a flashlight is a lot harder to clean than a dildo. I guess it depends on
Are
the
they
dildo.
Well, what material are they made out of?
Silicone.
Both.
Why would you get anything? Yeah. But more crevices on a flashlight and a sex doll.
Right.
Anyways, you don't go into
No,
Goodwill.
dude,
You're gonna
this
go
is
into Goodwill
interesting.
and buy a sex doll that you see sitting at the front.
This is very interesting.
Maybe you just pull it
I
out,
mean,
put it in your dishwasher.
Is it?
Turn it inside out. Are they dishwasher safe?
Ooh.
We need to look into this.
I don't know, but
douche
when you're trying to clean off something that's protein based,
Yeah.
you really should be using cold water.
Cold water.
Cold water, yeah.
Yeah, that's what breaks
So
down
that's
the
what I should wash my
enzymes.
dick with from now on.
If it's got a bunch of cum all over it, yeah. Yeah, like honestly.
Yeah, I
That's
did
how
not
you,
know that.
that's, yeah. Cold water,
That's how you get come off your dick.
yeah.
Or your stomach.
Yeah.
Or
You know what
wherever.
you should have done with your wife after you, because you guys thought you had an IUD, thought everything was safe. cold water garden hose. Every time you get done with her, just fucking shove it up there.
Yeah.
Turn that fucker on full blast.
That's a yeast infection waiting to happen.
That is.
It doesn't sound very sanitary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the microbiome of the vagina needs to be a certain pH.
Isn't it acidic,
There
right?
you go.
I don't know.
I think
I'm
it's
not
just
sitting there Googling what should my pH be.
Yeah, it should be 10. Anything over 10 is problematic.
You would think somebody's getting burned on their pee-pee. So I'm guessing it's not a 7. It's not a perfect pH. I'd like to know. I do have test strips at the house. From my old job. Yeah, well, my wife, obviously.
Next podcast,
Yeah.
bring us the results.
But you don't know, like, everybody could be different. What's the average pH, though?
Yeah, we're going for average.
Do we
Obviously.
Google average pH of a vagina?
Yeah.
Are we that curious about it?
Zach
not.
really needs to start being the fact checker.
I've got no internet in here. Zach, do you have a?
You got to turn on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Taylor's all over. He's quicker than me. I'll give you the pass next time as soon as you get done.
Average pH of a vagina.
Here's a summary from WebMD. The vagina's pH level is about 3.8 to 4.5.
Super
Its
acidic.
acidity slightly decreases as you get older, with
Oh,
its
yeah?
pH level rising closer to 5.
Wow.
The more you know.
There you go.
That should be a reading rainbow.
So vagina is pretty close to a stomach. Every time you're having sex with a vagina, it's like you're putting a dick in a stomach.
Not with my 2.5 inch
What's pH of your stomach?
Peter.
So we can see. So we
I don't
can.
know.
Because pH has got to be. I'm guessing it's like a 1. Super acidic.
What kind of
What's the
acid?
pH of your stomach? Acid.
Acid is acid.
According to Medline Plus, the normal volume of the stomach fluid is 20 to 100 milliliters and the pH is acidic. These numbers are converted
The
to
pH
actual
is
acid.
1.5 to 3.5. So your stomach is
Super
much
close.
more acidic than.
Well, I know, but 1.5.
I
but
mean, yeah, it's right on the
Wow.
border, I guess.
so you
of
could
a
burn
slight-
you could burn your dick putting it in there. Every time.
I think that pretty much goes for anything you're putting your dick inside.
I know, but we're
There's
taking
always
it.
a risk.
We're taking a chance every time we do that.
Yeah, I wish it started tingling more. That would have been. It feels like you're sticking it in like a Pringles can full of Pop Rocks. That'd be nice.
Wow. Yeah, I never tried that.
That just sounds.
Can you
like,
still get Pop Rocks?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you can.
Probably still exists.
Okay,
What are you talking about?
Boomer. That's
It
the
was
generation
always-
before me.
It was that bazooka bubblegum for 1 wheat penny back when you were a kid.
God, those were great days. You could go. My mom would give me $1, and I could get like 96 pieces of fucking candy. And then I'd go up to Gar Selden's house, and we'd go down with his sister because she was older. And I'd play with her boobies in the weeds while he ate the candy. It was. I was such a predator.
What was the candy we had when we were growing up? Like the Airhead? No, not the Airhead.
All for $1.
They were the ones that were super, super sour.
Warheads.
Warheads. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Warheads.
Were those
That
$1
was-
or a penny?
I mean, they were dirt fucking cheap, but
Yeah.
that was like the candy.
Were you trading off the warheads for booby bling?
No.
No. Okay.
Priorities.
Yeah. No, I just think I was a predator back then. I was younger. Me and him were younger, and then he'd go eat the candy, and I'd sit there and play with his sister's boobs.
Back in the day, you were trading candy for prostitution. It wasn't just money. It was definitely candy.
This goes back to why weren't you Catch a Predator? That's or pizza shop. No, it needs to be a candy shop. Jesus Christ, comes full circle in an hour. We kind of figured this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should edit this out because there's going to be predator, at least like one predator that watches this act.
Okay,
They'll
you
how to
want
get
to know
children.
what? If a fucking sexual predator hasn't realized open up a candy shop's a fucking great idea,
It really is.
then they're the worst predator out there. Because that's just common sense.
For me, it's Reese's.
It's like the only thing that is like slightly above opening a candy shop as a sexual predator is like, I don't know, having your own ice cream van that drives around the streets every day,
Yeah.
fucking with kids running behind it.
And they'd have to be like-
that's creepy as fuck.
Do you think the guy who opened up Dairy Queen, right? Because I'd fuck somebody for a fucking Reese's Blizzard. That's some good shit. Reese's. Whose favorite candy is Reese's? Here.
I like Reese's.
Is that your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite candy.
Oh my god.
I like Twix.
Yeah,
got-
I'm
oh,
saying
you-
Twix is the superior.
You like Twix? Mm-hmm. You got a favorite?
I only like left Twix. I don't like the right Twix. I'm
Reese's
not a fan of the right.
Pieces are good too.
Just Reese's Buttercups. Oh god, so good. My wife surprised me with Andes. You guys know what Andes are?
Andes, yeah, the mints.
Oh god, we have them in the house right now. If you'd like one, it's like cocaine.
I only ever get them at Olive Garden. I've
That's
only
like
ever
the-
had Andes at.
The
Little square
circular
ones.
chocolate with the white
No, they're
mint
little square
in the-
ones. They come in a green foil.
like the shit they used to give you at the end of a meal at Olive Garden.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about then.
God damn, I gotta start going to Olive Garden. My wife likes it. I
You
hate
can
it.
ask for like 30 of them. They'll just dump a whole bunch in a to-go box for you.
Really?
I think that new Olive Garden that just opened up in the Valley Mall,
Yeah.
I think it's already in a bad place. So if you want to go to Olive Garden
Bad
in
place,
Spokane,
why?
huh?
Bad place. Why?
It's just they're not making the money.
Oh,
Do you know
fuck, they
that
aren't.
that Red Robin is the most what is it? The busiest Red Robin in the United States.
Yeah, that's because that's Red Robin.
Well, you think with that kind of area, I mean, oh, Red Robin's packed. What's the next closest restaurant we're gonna go to? Not gonna go to Black Angus and get a steak.
Well, I
Which
mean,
you
you
should.
do have Outback right over there.
Outback's shit.
Who's gonna go to Outback Steakhouse over Olive Garden?
I mean, someone who wants steak,
Yeah, but
good meat.
No, Outbacks suck.
You go to Black Angus for the good meat.
Black Angus is way too fucking expensive.
I love you
Like,
get the
and it's-
campfire feast. You get like
Its
the coupon.
food is only marginally better than Outback.
I love Black Angus. It's better than that Chinese place that was
Is
over
it better
there.
than Texas Roadhouse?
I like Texas Roadhouse more.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
you could
no
even
shit.
go to what is it? The wing place, Buffalo Wild
I'm
Wings.
not into it.
Or you could go to that shitty pizza place that's over there too.
Boston's.
Yeah, shittiest pizza in Spokane.
Zach? I just did my thing. I just went down like 3 feet.
I remember my ice cream truck driver back in Massachusetts. He, nicest guy in the world, but I remember him being under fire for pissing on all the candy that he used to give us. He used to just hand out candy.
What are you
and-
talking about?
You were talking about ice
Wait,
cream truck
instead
drivers.
of diddling kids, he pissed on this stuff he handed out. Wow, that's a weird kink.
He was from Boston, though.
Like wanting them to have a little PCU or something. I don't know. Like it's pee.
That was his kink, man.
If he was jacking off on the candy, I could understand that. But
if you
just
hate
pissing
kids-
on the candy,
If you hate, you're not gonna drive around in your car and drive out pissed on candy to kids. That's gonna look weird. If you absolutely hate kids.
Well, think about it, because the wrapper is going to get fucked up with candy. But you're just going to have some melted ice cream. Right?
I used to just get it straight from the source. I don't know.
Piss in my mouth.
It was it tastes like asparagus.
It's a weird childhood. That's what happens in Boston.
yeah.
You get great actors and pissy candy.
Great actors. Who's your great actor?
Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson. Who isn't a great actor from Massachusetts?
Okay, so Jack Nicholson I like. Leonardo had one good movie.
Leonardo who?
DiCaprio.
What are you talking about?
No,
He's
what are you
got
talking
The
a
Departed.
rip a great movie.
I don't like
he's
The
got, like,
Departed. It was
15
okay. It was
Yeah,
okay.
He's
That's a
like
terrific movie.
maybe not some of the stuff from like more than 15 years ago, but in the last like decade and a half, he's been rocking it.
Fuck
No,
off with
what
the
are you
Titanic.
talking about?
I don't like Titanic.
He's a dreamboat. Romeo and Juliet?
No,
Don't even know what
his
that is.
older shit. I could give a fuck.
It's when
Wolves
he's
of Wall
cute and
Street.
young.
I love that movie.
That was a great movie.
It's
Never
because she's
seen it.
Margot Robbie. Yeah.
Margot Robbie. That's where she is. Is that where she started? That's the only. That's the
That
first
was
place I
a good
saw her.
Have you watched
Name.
him in what's he in Gilbert Grape?
I have not seen that.
Well, he's a disabled kid in there, and he plays a real, very disabled child. More disabled than Forrest Gump,
Huh.
and he does a real good job.
But
It has Johnny Depp in it.
yeah,
they
I
have a
know that.
morbidly obese mom. That's the plot of the movie.
So would we say that it's a better movie than Forrest Gump?
No,
No.
I didn't like it more. than
I'm
Forrest
saying
Gump.
that he did a good job in that movie.
Okay.
I believed it.
Wolves of Wall Street is his best movie. To
What
me.
about Django Unchained? Did you like that movie?
I love that movie, but I didn't think he was particularly good in it.
What about Inception?
Inception was just okay to me too.
What about Blood Diamond?
Did not see it.
What about The Departed?
Departed's okay.
Just okay. That movie is awesome.
Oh,
It's just okay to me.
Mark Wahlberg,
He's
also from Massachusetts. Yeah.
he was good in The Departed.
He was only big actors in The
All
Departed.
15 minutes of his screen time, you mean?
But that was my favorite part of the movie. Was whenever he was on there.
He had a lot of great one-liners in that movie for sure.
What was the movie that he was in with Will Ferrell? Where they're both cops. He was
the other guys?
the other guys. Oh, what an
I've
amazing
never even seen that movie, and I knew what it's called.
That
Fucking
movie's
amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's probably their best movie of both of them.
What was the one that we went and saw? Because you hate Will Ferrell too.
I don't.
Who did you
fucking
hate?
Despise Will Ferrell.
I don't know who I hate.
But so you
I
didn't
won't
like
even
Will
watch
Ferrell that
anything
much.
with him in it.
I
No.
think you've mentioned that
He's
before.
kind of
Yeah,
funny.
I fucking hate him. Will Ferrell is retarded.
So we go to the one where he's in it with Mark Wahlberg and their Daddy's Home or whatever the fuck it is. So we go to number 2, and she doesn't like Will Ferrell that much. But me and Devin are sitting there. We've kind of forced her to go because the boys and Chris go to a different movie, and we go together, the three of us.
I don't feel like I got forced to go to it.
Well, maybe you gotta ask. But we knew that you didn't like Will Ferrell all that much. But all of a sudden we're sitting there, and all of a sudden you can hear Paige laughing. It was great.
Ugh, imagine laughing at a comedy.
Yeah, but it was. I don't really like him that much, but that must maybe that was the turning point. The other guy's great though. When Will Ferrell's calling his wife an ugly pig at the table.
What was the actress? Who's that actress?
I don't know. She's beautiful.
She was named like most attractive woman on
He's
the
going,
planet.
"What is this fucking gross food, you fat pig," or whatever he was saying to her. And Mark Wahlberg was like, "What the fuck?" And then they go to the other girlfriend's house, who's super cute, that's still in love with Will Ferrell. And this is like hilarious, man.
Every single person
love
he's
it.
been with has been just super attractive.
And women are just completely attracted to him. And he's just this fucking nerdy dude. It's beautiful. It's a great thing.
Steve Carell is the one that I hate. He's annoying.
You don't like
Worst
Steve
part
Carell?
of The Office. He's the worst part.
Yeah, the worst part of The Office. But did you like 40-Year-Old Virgin?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Didn't
great show.
particularly enjoy it.
I've never even seen a single episode of The Office,
It's not
Really?
worth it.
and I don't feel like I've missed out on anything.
You really millennial? Can you call yourself millennial? If you
He's
ever
on
watched
the
The Office?
tip.
I don't like I used to like stupid humor, lowbrow humor when I was younger. Now it just fucking irritates
Do
me.
you
That's
not like the
uncomfortable humor.
40-Year-Old Virgin?
I liked it when I saw it.
It was
I have
hilarious.
watched it since then, and it is kind of, I don't know, a little cringy.
I like boobs. You feel like bags of sand.
Yeah, I mean, like
Everything about that movie is great.
it's stuff that I thought was hilarious when it released.
It was great.
But my preferences in comedies and stuff like that has changed so much over the years that, like, I used to like Will Ferrell, like an Elf, and like Anchorman is probably the only movie that I like him in. But even nowadays, I won't watch it because it's stupid.
Do you like
Stupid humor is not my thing anymore. I like something that makes you think.
Do you like Zach Galifianakis? Because I feel like he's in the same vein as them.
I love The Hangover. I mean, I think The
That's
Hangover
the peak of
is
stupid humor.
less.
No.
Really, I don't think so.
I-
I think The Hangover isn't. I mean, it's not nearly as stupid humor as the trailers make it look like.
Between Two Ferns is beautiful.
That is
That
fantastic.
is stupid.
That's awesome.
I tried to watch the episode with him and Obama, and I was just like, God, this is so awkward to watch. I don't
That's
even
the
want
beauty
to
of it.
sit through it.
Oh, I love
like,
it.
So
I love it.
he was also still sitting president, wasn't he? So he was still like an advertising campaign for Obama. Then he had Hillary on and, you know, talked about her emails. With all sorts of good stuff. Is that the only episode you watched? Was the one with Obama?
Oh, I'm sure I tried watching others, but it's like it's all so cringy that I just don't even want to watch it.
It's the same. They're all the cringe actors. Same with The Office. It's all cringe comedy. But you watch an episode like The Dinner Party, and the entire time you're just cracking up because every single second that episode is used as like quality humor.
Like Parks and Rec.
Parks and
I
Rec
think
was a
I
good show.
think I watched the first 2 episodes of that, and I was like,
Well-
"This is fucking stupid."
You gotta give it like 5 episodes.
I
And
don't
then
know.
It is very good.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I watched The Office is because I heard The Office was like Parks and Rec.
First season of both of those shows are just
Yeah.
kind of miserable. You just gotta kind of sludge through it, and
Yeah.
they found themselves after their first or second
So
season.
start on season 2.
No, well, come on, you have to know the
Background.
characters.
But I mean, if you're saying it's shit,
Keep it in the background. Don't pay attention to it.
Breaking
too much.
Bad was hard for me. The first couple episodes were hard to get into, but once I got past that, what a fucking fabulous show.
I just finished my 6-3 watch of Breaking Bad, and it's always going to be one of my favorite shows of all time. It's
Of
fantastic.
all time. I never
Sure,
finished
absolutely.
it. I never finished it.
Has anybody
It only gets better.
has anybody watched any of the new live action Cowboy Bebop?
Not yet.
No.
Is it good?
Okay.
So it's good for
it's-
live action.
It's good for live action. The guy who plays Jet fucking nails it. And what is his name? John Cho, whatever his name is. The guy from Harold and Kumar.
Is it Harold or is it Kumar?
You can kind of see Spike
It's Harold.
in him
Is it Harold?
in moments.
I think Kumar's
The Asian?
the other guy.
It's a Japanese. It's an anime.
I know. I'm trying to figure out who it was.
Yes, it's the Asian guy.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Not the Indian.
The other show I couldn't finish that I
He
did.
just
Okay.
fed him off.
Huh?
He's trying to say something.
Okay.
Oh no, it's just like it's not the anime. It never will be the anime. I mean, you can definitely see a lot of moments from the anime in it, but whereas the anime would dedicate a whole episode to one of these people, there's kind of multiple people in each episode. So it doesn't feel as spread out as the anime did because they had more time to do stuff. I don't know. It doesn't feel the same,
The
but
original
it's
show, though.
entertaining for what it is. Like if it wasn't titled Cowboy Bebop, it'd be a great show. If they didn't stick it to the anime and called it something else, just a show that looks very similar to it, it would have been great.
How do you? I mean, the anime is like regarded as one of the best animes of all time, though, right?
Yeah.
How can you live up to that as a live action?
Exactly.
How Avatar is going to be?
Yeah.
It's going to be.
You just can't.
You can't beat the
do
movie.
it. Yeah, and there's so much you can do with animation that you just cannot fucking do with live action without putting in a lot of time, a lot of money, and having it come out maybe looking, faker than it would in the anime. So I mean, but it's entertaining. I'm on the 7th or 8th episode. I'm bummed that Ein really doesn't seem to get as much screen time as he did in the anime. And I'm really bummed that Ed doesn't come until the last episode of the season.
You look at me like that, but I like Bleach. So I know Cowboy Bebop was not something that I got into with the girls.
Really?
Yeah, I'd rather watch Bleach. But Bleach got old after a while too because
You mean after the show just repeated the same sort of
Once
Exactly.
Ichigo
Fights
was a little
and-
bitch
yeah.
again.
Yeah, that show was just so repetitive. I mean, like every single arc
yeah, it was
is
exactly
basically
the same.
the exact same, just with different faces or a different setting. Or
Yeah. I know that's why it got old for me.
yeah,
but
the first
I like
3 seasons of Bleach
Was way
were
better than
fucking
Cowboy
awesome,
Bebop.
like amazing.
Better than Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
No,
Just go ahead, walk out this
Yeah,
room right now.
no.
Shut up. For me.
I guess my main problem with the TV show is I don't know if it's going to get a second season. And they hung on to so much content and so much possibility. They kept it out of the first season to do a lot more character building. But with Netflix, they're fucking notorious for canceling shows on nothing but a whim. So if this show doesn't get a second season, it's like, fuck, I got invested in this show, and now, Netflix has just cut its dick off. I don't know. Maybe I just need to stop watching Netflix shows. But then again, I'm looking at Amazon and they've got the Wheel of Time. It's like the Wheel of Time. I haven't read much of the book series, but it seems super fucking interesting. But when you try to watch The Wheel of Time as Amazon's TV show, it's like, oh my God, is this how fucking slow the books are too? I can't remember. But it's like they're trying to accomplish so fucking much, and they end up just being in this weird place where you're 3 episodes into a show and you're like, nothing has fucking happened.
I don't even know what the Wheel of Time is.
Yeah, it's basically a kind of older book series, basically about some people who are meant to be born to destroy the world, and same person and their consciousness is like being reborn throughout this circle of time that keeps going on, and they're given second and third chances, do the right thing to save the world, and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. And it's just like, fuck. Some shows are just too much for companies like Amazon to handle.
Who should handle it? HBO?
You know what? If everybody's talking about Wheel of Time being the next Game of Thrones, seems like HBO would be the best people to handle that, considering they did Game of Thrones, even though they totally fucked it up in the last 3 seasons.
The last season was my favorite.
Well, then we know exactly who they were catering towards.
What a
All
dick
6
move.
episodes.
What a dick move. Come on.
Because as soon as fucking Arya, jumped out of the fucking black, then fucking managed to defeat the Night King by doing one of these.
I bet she wore a face. One of the Ice Walkers.
I
That's how
quit,
she got better.
I quit taking the show seriously at that point. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? You've built this guy up as the big bad for 6 fucking seasons now? And it's like Arya just drops the dagger with one hand, grabs it with another, and stabs it into him and fucking ends the whole thing.
You have to
It's
agree
like,
that
what the fuck?
they did get it right with naming Bran the King, because he did have the best story in the entire show.
I don't know.
He was
Were
in
you
that
into that, or
wheelchair
was
the
Steph
whole
into
time.
that?
and
You
he
both
was-
watched it, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch the last season though because I heard it was terrible.
Yeah.
It doesn't live in my brain.
After that whole Night King fiasco, I disconnected my enthusiasm
So
from
that
the
would
show.
have to be Dev being on here, because she bought the DVD series for me and tried to get me to watch it. I watched the first 3 episodes and said, I can't do this.
It was a 7-season buildup for one episode of the White Walker fight that you couldn't see most of because it was pitch black. It was nothing. I've never seen better cinematic. It's got to be my favorite show just from that one season. I don't like Avatar: The Last Airbender, but the movie was great.
The movie was fucking amazing.
I thought they were just kidding over there. I
are
thought
you
that
guys-
was
are
a
you guys
meme.
being genuine?
Of what, Avatar?
Yeah, are you?
Did you not go see Avatar in the theaters?
Are you being
No,
serious
you're
right
thinking
now?
about the blue Avatar.
Oh,
Yeah.
different.
We're talking
Are
about
you-
anime
Yeah,
Avatar.
we're talking about
okay.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Fuck,
not,
that sucked.
not Avatar, the
That sucked.
slightly different.
No, I
remake
watched
of
The Last
Pocahontas.
Airbender and no, not happy.
I hated Game of Thrones because of the last season. Season 7 was weak. It's all these different storylines that were just swept under the rug so that they can go work on Star Wars, which they lost the contract to because of how they treated the last season of Game of Thrones, which is exactly how it should have gone. HBO wanted 3 more seasons with $500 million budget each season, right? And they're turning down that kind of money so they could work for Disney, which you sell your soul to the big evil mouse. I guess you're set for life, but what kind of enjoyment do you get out of it? Nothing. You get to disappoint all your fans.
You're talking about The Mandalorian, right?
Is that what they worked on?
I don't know.
No, I thought they were going to work on their own movie, Star Wars movie. I thought Disney had a contract, or they were going to...
Because The Mandalorian's fucking great.
Mandalorian's terrific.
I mean, that's an awesome show.
Except for... Why do they have to introduce old characters?
Because that's throwbacks and cameos.
I don't wanna see
ever since
Anakin.
Disney got Marvel.
I didn't even watch it.
Or Luke Skywalker, is that his name?
Yeah.
Didn't even watch it.
I'm screwing with you. I'm sorry. That was a terrific show.
I mean, yeah, I was bummed a little bit at the end of the second season of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like when they put a digital representation of an old character into a show.
Oh, but didn't she look amazing?
So many other fucking characters
I don't know,
in the
but
world that you could put in there that you don't have to make complete CG.
catering.
Didn't it look amazing though? I didn't see the movie, but I did see what they did.
They can still look amazing, but they're not going to look how they should still.
I think your dad's getting all over the place because I think he's thinking about
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
And he's talking about the end of the
who did they
Rogue
put,
One movie.
So who did they put in The Mandalorian?
You're talking about a completely fucking
Well, I
different
told
thing.
you I didn't see the fucking movie. I didn't see the movie. You're just saying there's
Mandalorian is a
CGI
TV
person in
show.
it.
TV show.
TV show.
It's
Yeah.
on Disney Plus.
Oh, fuck. Who watches
The
that
one thing I
bullshit?
did like was having Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like,
she was great.
Rosario Dawson fucking kills it.
Her tendrils weren't long enough, though. I like me a good long tendril, but
Who
You know they're
doesn't
giving
like
her
a good
her
long
own
tendril?
show, right?
are they?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're giving her her own show that takes place in between like the fall and whatever time period they are
Hey, Zach.
when she appears in The Mandalorian.
Hey, Zach. Do you know anything they're fucking talking about?
Or how about
Okay, so we're on the same page.
The Book of Fett.
Yep.
The Book of Boba Fett. That's
yeah.
another. That's
be
going to
terrific.
take place with him being like a mob boss, after the fall of the Hutt.
So
They
hold on.
didn't have to CG him,
So-
it looks.
My son says, who watches fucking Star Wars? So you two have officially become old fucking pieces of shit, too.
They're still releasing
with that.
Star Wars content. It's
Yeah.
like
I'm just-
Or you've got the Obi-Wan TV series that's now coming out too,
yeah.
with Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, which is good because he's aged
He's-
pretty well with the.
He's never aged. He still looks exactly the same. He's
But
like a
no,
fine wine.
he can make it work.
it's like him.
I
and
don't
Paul Rudd.
think male actors, with the exception of Paul Rudd, who must be an alien.
Apparently,
Yeah.
Zach
Age
thinks you
well.
guys watch shitty animes, too.
Cowboy Bebop.
What are you? One
Punch Man.
I'm gonna come over there and fucking stab you. They'll call it Cowboy Bebop a shitty anime.
What do you watch, Zach?
DXD.
DXD.
What is that?
Exactly, old man. Exactly, old man.
Wait, Zach, did you finish JoJo's?
I only got a second one.
I tried watching that series.
Oh, it's
No, I have no idea.
I couldn't get through the voice acting in it. It's just like, ugh.
I'm too busy sitting on TikTok.
Maybe you should be watching JoJo's. It's a show about male bonding. Really positive.
Zach
male
watches
friendship.
this shit on his
No,
own.
he doesn't. I tried to show him JoJo's. He just said he only watched a couple of episodes.
Well, he probably couldn't get into it.
Like
Okay.
JoJo's, like on paper, seems super interesting. It seems intricate, and there's like a winding story through the ages in it. But fuck, listening to those characters talk just makes
Do you
me
know who
want to put
JoJo's
a
is?
scrugdriver in my ear.
It's all on Netflix. Too. You watch it all.
Like
See,
I can get down with like Psychopaths because that's like the premise behind it is great. And the voice acting is great. And it's fucking disturbing as shit to watch some aspects of the show. But JoJo has the same effect, just in the completely opposite direction, in my opinion.
God, I don't watch as much TV as you guys do.
No,
That's
we just
evident.
watch different things.
I don't watch so much TV though. Like you, did you end up watching you?
I only am halfway through that last
Halfway.
season.
Okay, so but it took me. Devin watched all of it. It took me forever to get through the second season, so I just finally finished the second season.
Just
You
watch
watch
on your way to
BoJack?
work.
BoJack was really hard for me to get into.
I'm kind of interested to see that new season of Dexter.
Not me.
You remember the new season? Is it Netflix that's funding it?
No, I think it's Showtime. I think it's the same channel that funded the first one.
That'll be good because that ended awful.
Yeah, I thought the original series ended horribly.
It was
I thought-
a great show.
I thought it would have been so much better if they would have just killed him off. Just made him gone.
Hopefully they do. It's these
And-
shows like Weeds that just go on for 6 extra
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah.
It's like after
You could have summed it up, but you decided to stretch it out, and
Well, you
everybody's just bored with it.
you're making money off it, you know. It's
So-
like Breaking Bad is great because he knew he was going to stop at 5 seasons when he first started it. He wasn't going to drag it on.
So Weeds went on too long, right? But it was a great show. But even something they carry out for too long, like Californication, if you've seen that, I'm cool with it. It was such a great show. Have you guys not seen Californication?
I've seen
No.
Californication.
Fucking what a beautiful show. I didn't like Rob Lowe until I saw Californication.
And
He's
you
just fucking amazing.
Parks and Rec. Rob Lowe and that was terrific.
Method actor.
Yeah.
Did you watch all of it?
No.
He's a method actor. So like he played a gay guy, so he went and actually took a man in his mouth and shit like that. It was fucking amazing. Did you watch all of Californication, Paige?
I watched half an episode.
Half,
and then I
that was
turned
it
off.
for you. It was fucking amazing.
Fair.
When Rob Lowe came on there, it started to wane after like 5 seasons, and all of a sudden Rob Lowe comes in, and then you got 2 more good seasons out of it. It was just a fucking amazing show. I had no problem with it going on 20 years.
I guess you know who they're catering to.
Me. Did you want a tan?
Everything dies. I mean,
No, I know. Everything
TV shows
dies.
need to die at a certain point.
6 seasons in a movie. That's all we should ever have from every single show on the planet. In miniseries, because in miniseries, you get something like Chernobyl, where it's just terrific for
Yeah.
6 hours.
I was
and that's
watching
it.
Chernobyl last night, actually.
Yeah? Did you
for
finish
like
it?
the 4th or 5th time.
Oh.
No, I'm on the last episode, but that is a
fantastic.
perfect fucking. It's
Yep.
in depth. It's well shot, well acted, but it's quick.
How it
5
has to engage.
episodes and fucking done.
So-
but you're satisfied at the end of it.
So real quick,
For sure. Historically, you learn from it too. I mean,
we
it's
went
insane.
on. My wife wanted to watch the new Tiger King, so we went to go on Netflix. But all accounts were being used, so you can only have 5 people on accounts at once. So Paige was on it. My wife's dad was on it, and my daughter had 2 on it. Maybe you can only have 4 on it at a time.
Devin had 2 going.
She had 2 going at once.
What did she do? Aaron must have been on it.
But he wasn't. She was just logged on
Oh.
for some reason. So as soon as she reset it, everything was fine. Or Aaron logged off. One of the
when you
two.
change your password, you
No,
charge
but- no.
$10 for the password.
It's fine. You're paying $13 a month. You should spread it out. But what's interesting about this is my daughter was watching Gilmore Girls for like the 20th time, or however many. You know, Dev. She's also got it on DVD. I never watch a series more than once because I have shit to do. So when to hear you guys say I've watched this, like I'm on my 4th time of watching Chernobyl, it just fucking like, don't you have anything to fucking do other than watch fucking the same thing over and over again?
Morgan, what am I
I know
gonna
you
do?
enjoy it,
Pay my
right?
mortgage. Sure.
No, but don't. What else I don't fucking have time to watch something over again. Like I haven't watched, even though I love Californication, I haven't watched it a second time
You should.
ever.
You start noticing new things that you didn't see the first time.
Yeah, but I don't have time for it.
Stop
I've
watching
already
Gold
invested
Rush.
this much fucking time.
Stop watching Gold Rush.
Fuck, I hate Gold Rush.
I thought you liked that.
No. We watched it for like 1 or 2 seasons.
Any reality TV show, as far as I'm concerned, can be fucking burned to the ground.
Okay, but watching something over. How many times have you watched Chernobyl?
Like
You're on your second
4
time, is what you said.
No, it's not my second time. It's
Yeah.
like my 4th time.
What the fuck else do you have to do? Don't you have anything else going on?
Like
I
you said,
was-
it's like 6 episodes.
It's
6
5
hours?
episodes.
I know, but still, it's a time suck.
Yeah,
else you
but
wanna
I'm already downstairs. I'm already on the computer. I'm playing a video game.
So it's background noise.
No, it's not background noise because I can do both.
I do the same thing. I have my TV here, and I got my computer right next to it, so I can watch something while you're gaming.
Yeah.
It's this generation now that has to do 2 things at once, or else we're gonna start panicking.
I
Can't pay attention to a show.
never write without something else going on. Never study without something
Without
else going
some
on.
background, something in the.
Yeah.
in the
I've watched
background.
Portlandia like 10 times. They took it off Netflix recently. I got real upset. Portlandia. You have guests over, you throw Portlandia on, it's perfect because there's not a consistent story plot. You know, it's just a bunch of skits.
All right.
Yeah.
think we gotta wrap this up.
We do.
I was gonna say I told everybody I'd be back by noon.
What time is it now?
Like quarter after.
Quarter after 12?
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly quarter after.
We'll fucking edit this down and try to throw it up. Thanks for joining us.
We've been doing this for almost 2 solid hours now.
You gotta do highlights of each individual video if they're gonna start running 2 hours.
Just to edit it.
Well, see what happens when we don't have a plan. When Dwayne